Hello, I'm HQ of HQ Reacts. If you find yourself here and you're not subscribed, please like, share, and subscribe. If you find me on other social media platforms, please follow me, like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. So, you can catch me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Hey. It's HQ here in the house. Steven, Chelsea, Lynn. Hello. I am here for the review of the Lapeef channel. Now, they were having a discussion about submission, and I think it was women being unattractive or something to that effect. And I was like, let me talk a little bit. We could talk a little bit about, this whole submission and relationship thing. Because it only makes sense to have a discussion with these folks, right? About what they were talking about, right? And I have to posit a lot with, of these things. They say, well, women don't want to be submissive, or women don't want to do X, Y, and Z, right? And I say, there's things that need to be in place, when it comes to relationships, and a lot of us don't have those things in order for us to be successful in these relationships. I mean, both partners really got to be emotionally mature, and we cannot have these dug in and entrenched ideas of what people and behavior is supposed to look like, because we're all individuals. So that being said, let's listen in on a couple segments of this, and then we'll talk.
Are you mindful and considerate about him in that aspect?
What do you mean, that I'm a reflection of him?
So like, for example, like if my woman was seen outside, I like the fact that I feel like she represents me well and that she doesn't embarrass me, whatever that may be, to other men, because men care about the opinions of other men that they respect. So are you considerate in that way of him?
Hello, Black.
Okay. Yes and no. And the reason why I say that is because, one, if you feel like you should be picking a woman who respects herself and she wouldn't embarrass herself, and you feel like you align with that, there are a lot of men that don't mind a loud, boisterous woman out in the streets and dressing however she dresses. It doesn't matter. Everybody thinks inappropriate dressing is different. But so you wouldn't pick a woman like that. So I feel like if my man picked me, the way I act, the way I dress, the way I carry myself, the way I speak, I feel like he would not be embarrassed by me. Okay. So I don't have to think about that because I have my own self-respect. I carry myself a certain way. Mm-hmm. And so if a man is attracted to that, I think that just by way of me being me, then I am being considerate. Okay. Because I have a certain level of respect for myself.
Okay.
All right. See, I agree with her on that aspect. One, I agree simply because you are a reflection of the spouse. And you represent the relationship, but you do have an individual persona, and that persona should be to a standard that man already understands, or that standard should already he should be aware of that standard already. Yes, represent your spouse. It's about honor. It's about honor, and it's about integrity. Really, it's about honor and integrity. Because when you're in a committed relationship, especially a marriage, people will judge your character by how you act when your partner is not around, right? If you're flirting, disrespectful, acting out of pocket like you're single, I mean, it does feel like a betrayal to your spouse, even if they don't see it, even if they're not around, right? So representing them means you're mindful of the bond that you have with a spouse, okay? To behave accordingly, and that means faithfully, respectfully, and with integrity, right? And it protects that relationship. So, and then I understand her what she's saying. She's saying if you conduct yourself a certain way before you get into a relationship, your spouse should know how you conduct yourself before you get into a relationship. Your spouse should be aware of your character before they get into a relationship with you. So there's no surprises there. So I said that before. Fee never had to worry about me going outside with my ass out because he knew I was not that type of person when I met him. So this is what she's saying. He already knows how I am, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
Because these things have like subtle nuances, like even just the idea of like, if hypothetically, if my woman was outside and whenever somebody said the word submission or obey or that I'm leadership and all this, if she was just making faces and kind of disagreeing with like, yo, the man don't got to be a leader, like, all that type of stuff. We need like a partnership. We both make decisions. Like that would kind of, I wouldn't like the way that makes me perceived by the other men that I do respect.
You wouldn't be with that type of woman.
Yeah, but I'm curious because I'm kind of getting not mixed signals, but like on one side, I feel like you would like you're trying to convey that, oh no, I'm with a real man, like he's a leader, like he's this, that, and the third, and I'm kept like I feel like that's kind of one thing that you are conveying, but then another side is like masculinity, like that ain't, like I grew up with that and it ain't all it's cracked up to be. They just tyrants and all that type of stuff and obey and words like that. Get that out of here.
So hold on a second.
I'm just telling you how it feels.
I think what's happening is we're getting different messages here. So Bo has articulated pretty much she's already good right now, right? So prior to that, I was under the impression that she was pretty much like trying to find out how to find a person, right? That's what I'm thinking. So because I really have no advice of people who are already good, right? I don't think we could
see. I think right here we are going to continue to run into the same issue. I think most men and women, and I think it's really, really on the black relationships, you're going to run into this issue all the time because when people you use the word, you see, it should never. I don't know how to fix it. Men came out with the word lead. Women understand the word lead. We just look at it as a marriage, as a partnership. It's the same thing. It's the wording that people get hung up on. Okay? It's wording that people get hung up on. And as long as people get hung up on that wording, we're not going to move forward in relationship in the status of getting married and being a husband and a wife. You just have to insist on someone being a leader. We understand the leader. We understand that a person is in charge of the household. We understand that. It's just used in a different context when it comes to modern women. We're not talking about traditional. Nobody's going back to the tradition. Words matter, of course. But women are still going to use the word partner. White women, black women, it doesn't matter. We're still going to use the word partner. This is my partner. Men feel some type of way. Women don't feel some type of way. Men feel some type of way. So my whole thing is, this is where we're going to get hung up on. And as long as they get men, and I'm saying men, as long as men get hung up on that word, because they feel like, oh, it just emasculates me, then you're going to have a problem with the ladies, because most people think of marriage as a partnership. They don't think of the man as, well, you do what I say and X, Y, and Z. Well, I think of partnership as marriage. I don't, it's a partnership. To me, it's a partnership. It just is what it is. I mean, most women, if you talk to women, white women, black women, all of them going to say partnership. So the black community is the only ones I ever thought about that got hung up on the word partnership. Only the black community. I don't hear this part. I don't hear this word play between white folks and women. White women say partnership and all that all the time.
Really act like there's not a bunch of men who really don't care and who really believe in happy wife, happy life. I think there's actually more people than the type of man who we're describing is the model for her to look for. So in all actuality, she could likely find one easier than a man that's actually what we're describing as masculine, right? And I too do believe that it's masculine. She has a different version of it, and that's fine. Is that man available? A lot of them, more of them than what we describe as masculine men. So I don't think she's gonna have issues finding dudes. Now that we understand that she doesn't want what it is that we describe as masculine, I think we've gotten to the point where it's pretty much a stalemate, because she's not looking for what we're telling her she should look for. We can't say that doesn't make her happy, because there are people our perception of happiness couldn't be, but her perception of happiness is completely different than what ours is. And could a man be like that and still be respected by his peers? Yeah, because most of his peers do the same shit. I see these dudes a lot, right? Those of us who have who be in a work environment or whatever, you see most of those dudes, they be like, damn, hold up, I gotta check on my wife. And then the dude be like, yo, yeah, me too. So it's not to say that you can't find that type of man. Yeah, it's a lot of them out there. I think we're at a dead end. We probably should put this shit to bed for real, because she probably already has what she wants and not gonna have difficulty finding it. I was completely under the perception that she wanted a type of man that we were describing, but she's made it clearer, if not before, certainly tonight, that she don't need it. And is it easier to find that man? We know.
So
go ahead.
What I was trying to do is figure out the general consensus of men. I was trying to figure out what men thought, because I needed to make a decision whether or not I was going to bother about dating, because I don't want to spend the later part of my years worrying about some stupidity of something stupid about masculinity and submission and leadership. I don't care. I'm not going to stress myself out over that. Now, when I did have that conversation, that was the beginning stages of whoever I am talking to now. So, it has progressed. But I know now what I don't want. Like, speaking to people and listening to these panels has given me a clearer idea of what I do not want, what I need to steer clear of. I don't want no parts of that.
I think it's a matter of both sides. When I think about it, I think it's a matter of both sides, because I think women, when they think lead, they think controlling, and I don't think that's what men mean. I mean, a lot of men, I think, may believe or make it come across as controlling. And I don't think a lot of women like that. I mean, a lot of men were raised to that being in charge, being the final decision maker and the head of the household means leader. So when a man may hear this word partner, I don't know, maybe it feels like being less than in charge or being stripped of their authority, or they might interpret it as you don't need me, you want to be equal, so where does that leave me? Or where do I fit in if you don't want to be led? Okay. So, but in reality, partnership and leadership can coexist between each other. Okay. Yes, they don't mean the same thing. It just requires emotional maturity and the shared decision making to work, and not be a dictatorship in order for it to work.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want you to know that. Like, when I'm not smarter than nobody on. Real quick, I'm not smarter than nobody on here, right? When I ask you, when I'm talking to you, I'm just asking you to consider things. Like when I asked you that last question, I just wanted you to think about it. I wanted you to process it, and your answer is what your answer is, right? Just ask you to consider things. Hopefully, I can learn from you, and of course, I hope people learn from me. So,
and let me say one more thing, JR. You absolutely I think it's expected, Boheen, that you don't want what we subscribe.
And then there's nothing wrong with a woman not wanting the traditional role of being married. There's no of whatever leadership people say or how they want to lead. There's nothing wrong with that. People can be successful in different shapes and forms. Somebody said something about what is it? I heard something about Bible. Not every marriage needs to be based on a Bible, sir. There's a lot of marriages that are not based on the Bible, and yet they are successful. Where what? Where's what? Okay. Where's what? Not everybody wants a traditional man. No, not everybody wants a traditional man. There's a lot of women who want progressive men. That's all I'm saying. What is marriage based on, HQ? The emotional maturity and the morals and values that those two people bring to that relationship, Project Leroy. Okay. And I can see that leadership sometimes is tied to ego too, and not service. Okay. Men think, or maybe they think, I don't know whether they think. Do you think that leading means being the boss, calling the shots, having the final say? Okay. So when a woman says she wants a partner, what does that sound like? We're rejecting your manhood. We're rejecting your leadership. Collaboration. Maybe collaboration, okay, would be better. Okay. Maybe collaboration would be better. I don't know. All I'm saying is there's a lot of human beings on this planet. Traditional relationship is a certain dynamic. And a lot of people don't want a traditional relationship. Okay. You can be successful in many different types of relationships. People can be. Okay. It's not a matter of let's be honest. Most modern women are independent. Most women are independent, educated, capable. Okay. And that can be intimidating. I get it. Okay. And a lot of men base themselves on being able to provide for a woman. But these days, a lot of women don't need that provision. They want that provision. They want to be provided for. They want to be taken care of. They want to be covered, of course. So when a woman says she wants a partner, I mean, it can trigger all kinds of things. It just is what it is. It doesn't mean that the man is gay. Stop that. It doesn't mean it's gay. Okay. Maybe they think if she doesn't need me to lead or take care of anything, what am I here for? I mean, I understand it to a certain extent. But I also understand the partnership, why people call it a partnership, because we're co-equal. We're doing co-equal things in the relationship. Okay. And then people are doing coexisting and co-doing things in a relationship. It can feel like a partnership. It just can.
To the women don't. And the actual dating market actually shows that. That is why there are so many
This is why females crash and burn in the dating market. I've never heard of women crashing and burning in the dating market. They just can't find partners that they want. Just like men can't find partners, just like women can't find partners. It's all the same thing.
Men that are not getting relationships, there's so many women that are being recycled or recycling this or sharing the same group of men. Is the guys at the top are not compelled to get out, and you don't want to deal with the man that is parallel to you. And we expected that. You don't want no form. A growing number of women are running away from the guys we're describing. Where we might be the last, most of us might be that are married, maybe the last of a dying breed. And I would say we got blessed. We got lucky to find the one, because the guys that are coming in now, they may not be so lucky, especially if they didn't win a genetic lottery. They haven't found a socioeconomic status. They're not sending them the signals that make them marketable. So yeah,
and see, this is the one thing I don't like about this space. Okay, this is the one thing I don't like about the space. In this space, people feel like you're supposed to behave a certain way, and therefore you're not a wife if you don't behave a certain way. I don't behave a certain way. You know, I don't behave like a traditional person that was married, but I was able to make a marriage work without having any major fights whatsoever, any fighting, any. People make it so difficult. You make it difficult to be married. You make it difficult to want to get married. It doesn't take a submissive woman to be in to make it completely successful. It doesn't take a submissive man to be. It doesn't take a dominant man for a marriage to be successful. It just depends on you all's dynamic, what works between you all. And when men get on this panel, these men specifically, and this particular panel, when you get on here, it's like, okay, she doesn't fit. Bo, her name is Bo, this lady right here. She doesn't fit this typical traditional, how you want a traditional female to act. Okay. So I guess she's going through a divorce, and she's going through a divorce, or just got divorced or whatever. Okay. She doesn't fit that traditional role, but that doesn't mean she's not a marriageable person, because she has the mindset that she has. There's all different types of women, and there's all different types of men. And some men appreciate that directness that she has. But these men, it's wild. It's weird. Black America.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm. Too much. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, HQ.
Good afternoon.
Women don't want traditional men. So women don't want men that will take them out to dinner and pay on dates and things like that.
No, that's not anything remotely what I said.
No, well, you said women like progressive men. A progressive man, if we go out to eat, HQ, you cracking that pocketbook, baby.
No, progressive.
You cracking that pocketbook.
When I mean progressive, I mean when you're married. We're talking about marriage. Are we talking about dating, or are we talking about marriage? Because if we're talking about dating, or we're talking about being married. So if we're talking about dating, that's a whole nother thing. We're talking about
when men deal with women all the way through dating and marriage and or whatever. Now, we have already said that you are the anomaly as a woman, right? We already know that you're not like any other woman, huh?
Yeah, but I still live in modern times, and I still understand the modern ways. I also understand.
Okay, so you've heard women saying that they don't mind paying for dates.
Yeah, of course.
You've heard that in mass. That women don't mind paying for dates. HQ.
Yeah, they don't mind paying for dates. If that's discussed at the beginning, women don't mind paying for dates. They don't mind getting dates paid for. I mean, they probably have a problem. They probably have a problem with them paying for the date. But
That's what I'm talking about. A woman paying for a
the
date
all the time, paying for the date all the time. I'm saying a woman doesn't mind sharing a date. If we go out on a date and you say split the bill, of course. If I don't know you, of course, I don't have a problem splitting the bill. But
HQ, and I submit to you as a man that if you are to tell a woman, hey, we're going to split the bill, you will never hear from that woman again, HQ. As a man, I don't
nine
know
times out of
why
10,
women.
9 times out of 10, if she say we're gonna split the bill, it's because she's not interested in you. So
No, okay, that's
that's where
fine,
you like to watch the
I'm
kid.
all for it, right? I love it, but I'm saying if a man were to say let's split the bill, that man would never hear from that woman again.
Yeah,
Do you
because
agree with that?
I would take it as you not being interested in me. So therefore, I'm gonna split the bill, and then we just gonna go our separate ways. Yes, this is exactly what
Wait
I.
a minute, but you just said a progressive man, though. This is what confuses us.
Well, you mean a progressive man? I asked you, were we talking about marriage or were we talking about dating?
We're talking about dealing with when even in a marriage, the men don't get what you got your husband a bike. I am floored and flabbergasted about that. Do we see women getting men things that they want on a regular basis?
Wait a minute. Well, see, here's the thing. I'm confused. I'm not confused about what direction you come from, but you're only one human being. You're speaking for all men not getting anything from their wife, and me and RNN, me and her both told you that we gave our husband gifts, that we gave our husband X, Y, and Z.
Well,
So you're basing. You said that
I
they don't do
totally,
that, and I'm saying yes, they do.
I totally believe you guys, right? I totally believe you too, right? But
So why
you
wouldn't
two
other women do the
individual,
same thing?
because I've been a man for 50 plus years, and all I do is talk to men. And I know that on Father's Day, Christmas, Valentine's Day, and every other day of the year, men don't get anything. I know from the studies that Father's Day is number 18 on the list, and Mother's Day is number 2 on the list as far as spending money behind behind Christmas.
Yeah, but
Father's Day is
why do you equate caring with gifts? Why would anybody equate care? Men don't equate caring with gifts.
no, we don't, but we tools, uh, cars, dinner. We want to be appreciated. It doesn't have to do anything with a gift. Me,
But
what I'm saying is that
wouldn't that be an individual thing? Why would that be a woman thing? Why would that be a woman thing across the board? Because you can't be saying this is a black woman thing. This is not a black woman thing. This is a white, black, and Hispanic men thing. So you all feel like that you don't be appreciated by a gift get or uh
being appreciated. Yes, ma'am. We us men do not feel appreciated. That's what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is, how do you appreciate something you invest into? Your car, you put them big tires and rims on it because you appreciate what your Jeep does for you. You go get your Jeep washed because you appreciate. You put good gas in your Jeep. You get the oil change. You appreciate. You invest your money and your time into that Jeep because you appreciate. Men are not being
well, yes.
appreciated.
That's a lesson that women as a whole need to understand, that they have to be appreciated in that way. But it's not a matter. It's not a black thing or a white thing. It's an all around female thing, because this is a complaint you always hear this from all men. I've heard from all men this particular thing. So why is that? I have no idea why that phenomenon goes. I have no idea why women don't do the appreciation thing. I have no idea. I've never been one of those people who, well, I'm going to absolutely just not give him anything. I've never been that type person. I look at a need, look at your need, look what you need, and then I agree that. But see, here's my thing. Why is it that if I see that you have a need as a man, as a husband, I see you need underwear, socks, clothes, jeans. If I see the need to get those things.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't do that.
I'm just asking. I don't know what other women think. I don't know what other women think. I don't know how they, I don't know how they think in this particular instance, why they would not give gifts or whatever. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. But it's not a full.
Because women are selfish.
I don't believe that it's as big a group as men say it is, because me and RNN got up here and said specifically that we gave our husband a gift. So 2 women, random, who don't know each other, got up on the stage and said, "Yes, we do. We gave our husband X, Y, and Z." So you
say you allowed your husband to buy a motorcycle, right?
I gave him the money to buy whatever motorcycle he wanted. Yes.
Okay. So what else in 30 years did you like go buying like a 67 Fed or 72 Mustang? Like what else in 30?
He was a chef, so I went and I bought him a whole brand new grill, a whole no grill set, the whole everything. I did that for one of his birthdays. Yes.
Oh, okay. So for one of his birthdays. Now, so this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. He gave you $1,000 a week.
Yeah, for the
bills. Whole time.
That wasn't personally for me. That wasn't personally for me.
HQ, this is what I'm saying. He gave you $1,000 a week for the bills. And I know you done said a million times that you went to work.
Right.
Right? You were working when the kids were of age, you was a working woman, right?
Yes. Yes.
What the fuck did you do with your money?
I paid all the other stuff. What do you mean?
No, and listen, don't do it, because I pay bills. I know bills back then ain't $4,000 a month. What did you do with your money?
We have to invest in money. We have to go on vacations. We have to buy food. We buying food. We buying all kinds of things. We're not just living off your $4,000. We have other things that we have to pay. $4,000.
HQ, I got 16 children that I have raised. Okay. Mm-hmm. I know how much bills are. I know how much school. I know how much private tuition. I know how much a car note is. I've been raising kids since I was 15 years old, HQ. 15 years old, I've been raising kids, okay? And all I'm saying is you had your money and you were basically doing what you wanted to do with your money. So yes, after a certain amount of time,
my money, but I did what I wanted to do, but I made sure that everything else in the household was done, and I didn't spend my money. You see, the whole thing is you all men set it up as though we women just made money and then we didn't help the man do anything else with our money. We just put our money in our pocket and we just hoarded the money. No, that's not how women work. Women don't do that. Women benefit the house. Women bring their money.
I'm saying you spent the money on the things you want. Yesterday, I walked in the house and it was a vase that was like 5 feet tall. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like all of this Chinese shit. You guys spend the money on the things that you want. I'm not saying you're not doing house beautification or whatever.
Then why do you even need to bring it up? Why would you even need to bring it up?
Because it doesn't benefit us as men. It doesn't benefit.
What do you mean it don't benefit you as men? Yes, it does benefit you as men. We don't just go out. We don't make $1,000 a week and we just go and buy Chinese X, Y, and Z. There's other things we have to buy. there's plenty of things that people have to buy. Y'all just don't like the fact that we don't have to account for the money that we make like that. Your money is the provision money. It is what it is. You all make that agreement. When you get married, your $1,000 a week is provision money. That's the agreement that you make. Don't be mad at the fact that y'all make that agreement, okay? You make the agreement to give me $1,000. I make sure don't no lights go off. I make sure the rent is paid. I make sure both car notes is paid. Make sure both insurances is paid. I make sure the kids have clothes. I make sure there's food now. I do all of that. And I put my money into that too. Okay. I put my money into that too. You all make it sound like, oh, okay, no, his $4,000 a month cover everything in that house. And then you just put your money in your pocket and you buy what you want. That's not how marriages work. I don't know how marriages work where y'all come from, but that's not how marriages work that I know
of. How much is the basic needs to cover like a monthly expense with you have 5 children. Let's go with 5 children.
Let's just go with 2 kids. Let's go with 2
kids. Let's go with 2 kids. Okay. Let's just and bang children, through it real quick so we can get back through the video. So let's bang it out real quick.
So if we're looking at 2 kids, we're looking at least rent back there, maybe $1,000 a month. Rent. Okay, we got 2 cars. Let's just say for shits and giggles, the money on 2 cars, $600 a month, $650 a month. Then we got insurance on the cars, maybe 2.
Wait a minute, hold on, HQ. Hold on, HQ. What? Are you talking about we have 2 separate cars with 2 separate car notes, and each one of them are $600 a month?
We were grown adults when we met. What do you mean? He had his own car, and I had my own car. Yes.
Okay, so I want to ask a clarifying question though. Was he paying a car note on his car?
Yes, he was almost done paying a car note in his car.
Okay, all right. Well, at least you got to the almost done paying it. But when I met
him, he had like a year left to pay on a year or either 6 months on his car. I had just bought a car because I had just graduated from college. So I had just bought a car.
So
I also had
he had it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So I also had 2 children. So we had 2 cars, we had 2 kids. We had to pay for a 2 to 3 bedroom apartment.
Okay, hold on. But for everybody, I'm gonna give you context. This is in the 90s, and car notes. Right. If you had a $600 car note, you was riding around in a drop top Benz.
No, I'm saying each of our car note was like $300. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say. Hey,
that's why I said $600. Right. I said $600. So 300, like
for everything. Okay.
So that's $600. Yes.
Okay.
And then I said $100 each for insurance. $100 insurance. Okay. For me, even though I can't remember any of those details, right? I can't remember none of those details. So I'm saying this is how, once you put all of those together, you got to buy food, you got to buy stuff for the house, you may have to buy stuff X, Y, and Z, just little things that came up. Okay, nobody's saying if somebody gives you $4,000 a month, $4,000 is going to cover everything, or it will cover everything. Maybe it will. It probably will cover everything. But that money all stayed in the household. I don't have no addictions. I don't spend willy-nilly. I have never been a person to spend willy-nilly. So if I spent anything, it would be on the kids, or it would be on the house, or it would be on the apartment, or it would be on a trip. Every year we were together, we went on a trip. We went on a car trip or a boat trip or to Canada or whatever. We went on a trip. So it was my job to make sure we had enough money to take care of X, Y, and Z. I was the person who budgeted the money. So I'm saying that when I got paid and I didn't work all the time, it was not that type of thing because getting pregnant, whatever, I didn't work all the time. So it just depended. And my money wasn't a lot because he was the major breadwinner, and the major breadwinner gets the choice of the shift, gets the choice of however they want to work. I have to work around that particular person, and that was our agreement.
So if you had a traditional marriage and a traditional man, why do you push so hard against traditionalism?
Because he wasn't a traditional per se person. He was not the way you wait a minute, hold on. The way you all describe tradition, not you all, but the way tradition seems to be described today is not the way he behaved.
Oh Lord.
That wasn't the way he behaved. Maybe that's what you all think a traditional person is supposed to be. That's not how that works. If it was a traditional relationship, he would be in charge of the bills. He would be giving out the money. He would keep the money. That's not traditional man.
He was in charge of the bills. He delegated you the power and the authority. Everybody always says, and you can hear this from everybody. Paul used to come home and give grandma his check. That's and she paid the bills.
But that's not how men are doing it these days. That would be that probably would be considered traditional to a certain extent.
Okay.
But that's not how men want to do it today. What do you think? What do you think tradition? What do you think women? I mean,
hold on. How y'all doing?
Hello.
What up,
How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Black America? Hey, HQ. Remember that lady we had yesterday when they asked her red flags and she was spinning all over the place? Anyway, what was the question Black America asked you?
No, repeat the question. What do you mean? What question? Repeat it.
Black America, will you please ask her the question you stated and so she can stay on task, please?
The question is, if you had a traditional marriage that worked well, that worked perfectly until your husband passed away, like most traditional marriages, why do you push so hard against traditionalism and the women being traditional?
Because I thought I answered that, because I did not have a regular traditional marriage. That's not a regular traditional marriage that I was in. You all think it's traditional regular marriage because I'm not pushing back on my husband and I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. I mean, this was a modern day marriage, and it's like it is today. It's similar to what people would be doing today. It's not a traditional. Traditional would be me sitting at home, not working, me training the children at home, me being in the house, cooking, cleaning, X, Y, and Z. That's a traditional relationship. That's a traditional marriage where I bow to everything my husband said. He controls the money. He controls where I go. He controls what I drink, what X, Y, and Z. Not saying
you didn't work when you were pregnant. Hold on. You didn't work when you were pregnant. Right. And when you did go to work, it was because you was bored and tired of sitting in the house. And he was still the main contributor, main breadwinner. That is I'm sorry,
that's not a traditional relationship.
But that is Black women have always worked.
More of a modern day relationship because
Black women have always worked.
But the whole point is, most people think of when you think of a traditional relation, you think most men think of what I just said. You think of what I said. She at home, cooking, cleaning, doing all that. I don't have to do anything but go to work. No, that's traditional relation. We didn't have that. He cooked, he cleaned, he washed clothes, he did all of these things. I didn't have to tell him to do it. He'd come in and he'd do it. That's not traditional. So we weren't a traditional relationship. We were more on a progressive relationship where, yes, he was the leader. He was the person that, hey, I went to when I had an issue. He came to me when he had an issue, blase. But it was never you have to do this. This is what I want, X, Y, and Z. It was never that. because I knew what it was. I wanted to be where I wanted to be. So people have to want to be in a relationship where you're getting along, where your needs come secondary. You have to want to be in that kind of relationship. But that right there, I would never describe us as traditional relationships.
I'm sorry, HQ. Everything you described was a traditional marriage and relationship. Everything from stem to stern was a traditional marriage and relationship. It
I mean,
is.
I just didn't look at it that way. And I'm saying a lot of women, yes, if women got the relationship or got the marriage that I got, then they would be fine with that. They would be fine with that if they got the relationship that I got. Yes.
What man doesn't cook?
No, that's not the way
Men
we are presenting
men
marriage.
men do all of these things. Men do all of these things.
And I believe Black America, I believe once you get into a relationship, you're going to understand the dynamic of it not being as traditional as they keep describing. But they keep describing it maybe in the wrong way. I don't know. But most women are listening. Well, he want a slave. He want that. No, that's not how a regular modern day marriage works. We're all in the modern times. So tradition is not going to work. People keep saying they don't want to go back to X, Y, and Z. Okay. But men keep presenting it like we're going backwards. Don't present it like you're going backwards. Present it like we're going to move forward. I'm going to lead as the man. I'm going to lead, but we're going to move into the 21st. We're going to move into this century as a couple, not as I don't want to go back. I want to go back to the 1940s or 50s. Women don't want to hear that. They just don't want to hear that. And I understand what you're saying. You look at it as tradition. I look at it as more up to date because I wasn't in the kitchen cooking, cleaning, just at home doing X, Y, and Z. No. Sometimes.
Did your mother work? Did your mother work, HQ?
Yeah, she always worked.
She always worked.
Yeah, she always worked.
Did her and your father have a traditional marriage?
Right. She always worked. He always worked. Yeah.
Did they have what they would consider a traditional marriage?
It was a form of it. I can't really, I can't really speak on their speak on their relationship. I can't really speak on it because I just existed in it. I couldn't even begin to tell you, how, but I do know he was more of a I go to work and I come home and go to sleep and I don't do any work or anything. I know he was that type of person. Every once in a while, he may pick up.
You've never seen your dad barbecue? Have you ever seen your dad barbecue?
No.
On the weekend?
No.
He never. What industry or field of work was he in?
He was like a plant manager.
Oh, so he worked long, hard hours. Then I got you.
So I never really saw him, really doing any cooking. I never really saw him doing any. That would be considered traditional. I never saw him cooking. I saw him, go to work. I mean, since I was a kid, he worked midnight shift. He worked 11 to 7. That was it. Come home at 7 o'clock, and then he'd make sure we got off to school, and my mom would go to work, and blah blah blah, and that's it. So forever. But I never saw him pick up a dish. Every once in a while, pick up a dish. Every once in a while, cook a meal. But when I got old enough, I had to cook the meals because I was the oldest daughter, right? So yes, that would be considered traditional. But we didn't. I can't say that. Maybe it's a hybrid. Maybe what I had was a hybrid, where we sort of had tradition, but we didn't. But I didn't look at it as the way people describe it now as going, cooking, cleaning, staying in the house, doing X, Y, and Z. I didn't look at it like that. No. So we weren't like that. But then Fee did love to cook. So he loved to cook. So that was never a problem. He would always jump in the kitchen and cook dinner. It didn't matter whether he came home from work or whatever. He'd be like,
I agree because we cook much better than you guys. Our food be jamming.
Yeah, yes. He came from a family that's all they did was cook, and they knew how to cook and make recipe and knew how to measure. He came from that kind of family, so he loved to cook. So it was not traditional in that sense. So yes, so maybe you can say hybrid, traditional and regular. And I think most people don't want to go all the way back to traditional. Maybe they want a hybrid. Maybe they want a half and half. I mean, maybe people can look into that. I don't know. And it depends on a human being too, how their relationship works. Because modern people be doing some modern shit that maybe it works for them. I don't know. I know the modern relationship where the woman is taking care of the man. I know that would never work for me. So I don't know. No, he can't fight it.
Expect women to come on here and say they don't want nothing that we are trying to convey. Go ahead, Jay.
I guess we spent the last few minutes about Bo, man. I had the last topic, man, which was choosing better, but I guess we weren't able to get to that.
Well, hopefully we put this one to bed.
Yeah. We oftentimes never get all the way through the list of topics because we're always talking about Bo's dating life. She's a star, you guys. She's a freaking star. Giving main character energy.
Yeah.
Dr. Lady.
So why do people have a problem with traditional relationship? Why do you all think women have a problem with the word tradition? Why is it a problem? And why is it why is people stuck? And when it comes down to being in a relationship, most people don't. Most marriages aren't traditional in that way, right? Yeah, black families didn't have the tradition of being traditional. Yeah.
She took her dentures out. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding with you.
Yeah, lady.
What's going on?
She was asleep, child.
Successful MD $2 says provide a quality list that
a woman brings.
Successful MD again $2 says many research everything except self-improvement.
I really wish y'all watched Love Island. God damn, it's so much fun.
Love Island.
It's so much there.
I watched it. I watched it. We can talk about it. I will tell you how much Huda is toxic. I will tell you how I love Shelly and Ace down. I will tell you that Nick and Olandria seems kind of forced. Yes. But the fact that they stand together, I haven't decided if they stand together for the spot.
I can hear you.
Do you know which one of those men said, "I wish you watched Love Island"?
His name is Trigger.
Do you know which one of the guys said that?
Yeah, that's Darwin. Darwin or Darwin. I think it was Darwin who said that, right? You know what he looks like?
No, it
looked like it sounded like Darwin said that.
Sound like Bruce.
Yeah, his name is Bruiser. Yeah, it's Bruiser. Okay, he's the one who said that. But then Bruiser says he counts. I don't know who he counsels, men or women. I don't know what the hell be going on with him. He be saying some wild shit.
Sponsorships or the checks, or if they stand together because they actually forming something. And it really pisses me off that people be crying when they partner leave, but then the next day they be sleeping in bed with the new person because you never really liked them.
And White, DM me about that. DM me about that. I actually got something coming.
That's so much more.
I actually got something coming for the guys in Love Island. So DM me about that. And White.
So like this
who is that talking?
If you look at like the psychological
who is that talking
about Love Island people and how it plays out in real life, I was
Real
talking
Dope
to JR
Daddy.
about this.
Real Dope Daddy. I don't know him. I've never seen it. I don't watch this program often. I watch it every once in a while. Just every once in a while. These clips is the only time I really watch it because I can't stand I can't stand the talking point thing that they do. That's all they do is hit off on talking points, and they never really come up with no solutions. It's always back and forth. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. And they never come up with no solution. So I don't watch this too much.
Earlier, I wrote a
So
short book.
what talking point don't you like or don't you agree with?
No,
Are
I
you
don't
saying
like.
that the men are lying? Are you
No,
saying that the men are lying when they say these things?
no. I say when just for example, when men get up here and they say all women do X, Y, and Z, that's a talking point to me because not all women do it. When women get up here and say all men are X, Y, and Z, that's a talking point to me. So I don't like to hear people talk about talking points because I know most people fall into the middle and most people want to bring up the extremes of all women are hoes. Not all women are hoes. We all fall into the middle. Just because I have 5 bodies doesn't make me a hoe. And most people, men will say, oh yeah, she a hoe. So, I don't listen to people who say stuff like that because people are the life is nuanced. Our journey here is different for every human being. My 5 bodies doesn't make me a hoe because you don't know how I got those 5 bodies. You don't know how I came about, or you don't know my journey. So when men come on and say, oh, she a hoe, I don't listen to that because that makes no sense to me. Okay? Because you don't know a person's journey. All women give blowjobs on the first date. No, they don't, because I've never given blowjob on the first date. So I know that's a lie.
No, we didn't say all. We didn't say all.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you, but I'm giving you an example. So I'm saying when people say that, I say, no, you're a lie because I didn't do it. And RNN probably said she didn't do it. So if she didn't do it and some of the other people say they didn't do it, then I know you're just talking a talking point. You're trying to hit.
But are they telling the truth? If a bunch of men is saying, yes, this has happened to me, and we're in completely different states, are the
now,
ladies
how do you
lying?
feel? I can understand that. I get that. But if I say all black men have been to jail and got felonies, you wouldn't like that, would you? Because not all men have been to jail and got felonies. So
No.
therefore,
Well,
that's a talking
the
point. That's why I'm saying
right.
all men
Right.
haven't. So that's a talking point to me. When you say all women get blowjobs on the first date, that's a talking point to me because I know it's not true. So when this show, they talk in talking points. That's why I don't like to listen to the whole show. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think anybody says all. We usually say it's a section, a part, or a majority. That's how people usually put it. We don't say all, but we say it's a lot. And I don't think you like that it's a lot of people that do a certain behavior.
Yeah, there's a lot of men who commit crime. There's a lot of men who leave baby mamas stranded. There's a lot of men who do X, Y, and Z. But do you hear me saying that? Even though it's maybe true, it could be true. There's a lot of women who got single baby, who are single baby. Do you hear me denigrating those single baby mamas every chance I get? No.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying if there's some truth behind it, then it's
Yes,
not a talking
well,
point.
but it's true to a certain degree, but not all. Not all. Like there's not all black men who leave their children. It's not all black men who go to jail. It's not all black men who are uneducated at 6th grade level. It's not all black women that are pregnant. It's only 20 something black women pregnant.
Nobody says all though. But
right.
what we're saying is it's a big part of it.
But people take the minority to represent the majority. And I don't want to hear about the minority representing the majority when that's not true. Because there's plenty of baby mamas, but there's only like 20%, 23% that are baby mamas. The rest of us are not. So you can't, but you hear a lot of people say black women have baby mamas. No, it's not the bulk of us that have baby mamas.
Okay, so then why do the statistics tell? I fucked that whole word up. Why does it say that 72% of black women have children out of wedlock. Is that a lie, or what do you think about that?
No, 72% of women. I didn't say 70. I didn't say that it wasn't the truth. The bulk of women, no, it's not 70-some% of women that are single women. These are married women who had kids in marriage. These are women who had partners who got in a relationship. When you say baby mama, you mean somebody who just dropped off a baby, skied in her, and then that was it. That's not necessarily true.
So you are saying that, and I want to get it right. You're saying that the 72%.
I'm not saying any statistic. I'm not saying any statistic. I'm saying the bulk of the conversation that they have on these panels be talking points, and they don't necessarily reflect the whole of our society. So when I hear, they don't necessarily talk about.
I'm just talking about black people. I'm not talking about all of society. I'm talking of just specifically black people, because we black and we don't plan on dating nobody white or marrying nobody white. So that's why I'm saying just black people.
Mm-hmm. So I'm saying no. I'm just giving you an example. I don't have any of those statistics. The whole point, but I don't think it's 70%. I just don't believe it's 70%. But when they say 70% or whatever number they say, it's always a talking point, and it always represent the minority of us women or minority of the men. And then because we see it everywhere, people think it's true when it's not the bulk of us. For example, the guy got on a panel, Beans got on a panel, and Beans said, all you women are argumentative. You don't want to be submissive. You don't want to be X, Y, and Z. Instead of saying all, because you put the whole of us into a whole basket. That's a whole talking point where there's no room for argument, and there's no room for discussion. People believe those statistics, okay? They believe the statistics, okay? But I don't believe 70% of us are single mothers. I just don't believe that.
Maybe why not? Why if the numbers say it, then why don't you believe?
I've never read a statistic that said 70% of us are single mothers. I've never read a statistic that said that.
Have you ever looked into it?
No, I've never looked at the stats.
Well, then, then of course you're not going to be able to see it because you never looked into it. That's what I'm saying, HQ.
Now that we here, tell me, where do I go to find this statistic that says 70% of women, black women, are single mothers?
Blackdemographics.com. Blackdemographics.com. It has all of the black stats for black people in the United States. I'm just talking about us black Americans, right? It has all of our stats. It has our job earnings. It has every stat for a black American person, man, woman, and child, boys and girls. It has all of our stats. That's what I'm saying.
Where the hell am I going in this?
No. Let's play the video. Save that for another day, because that's a rabbit hole.
I gotta look at that.
Yeah,
that's stuff you gotta go through.
That's a real rabbit hole. We could have a whole show about that.
There is trends that get repeated inadvertently, and how men rewire women to behave in a way that will make them crazy, and it makes it seem like all the women they come in contact with are crazy, but really it's the way the triggers they sending out is reciprocating the energy. And then there are other men who don't send those same triggers out. Most women are cool, but you get a different woman being a different man, because women are receivers. The energy that you give them, that's gonna be reciprocated back to you. And so I think Love Island a great example of like parsing through those type of character traits and how it's not even consistent with money, height, or social status. It's more so with interactions and personality traits.
Yeah.
And if we could have like really dove into it, man, Joe, I was sitting up. It's so much here. It's just so much.
It is so good.
I can tell you the exact moment Huda became a crash out. That's that moment that Jeremiah didn't kiss that girl in the challenge out of respect. Then she took that energy the whole joint. The whole joint.
I feel like I'm not gonna lie though. Yes, Huda is toxic, but Jeremiah is a love bomber.
No, he not.
Yes, he is.
Y'all giving away spoilers?
He was ready to love bomb.
All right, I don't like this show because I don't know what this show is.
Your point, I think we had her.
And I'm not gonna lie. The moment I noticed Huda was really
don't ever have a conversation with a woman that says she need closure,
especially not in person.
They talking about some kind of Love Island. What the hell is Love Island? I never heard of that. What the hell? A Love Island. I've never heard of that.
Closure, because they just want to have that one conversation because they think that they can say just the right thing to get you back. I'm telling you, man, don't ever have a conversation with a woman that says she need closure.
Especially not in person.
She was using sexual manipulation in order. So the first thing she was doing was so the man couldn't go about his day and be fine, she would blow up. And when she blew up, instead of him making her self-regulate and not rewarding her with positive attention and giving her what she wanted, he was in turn, every time she blew up and didn't get what she wanted, she blew up more. And then he ran to her to appease her. And in doing that, you're training her that this is the behavior that gets the results that you want.
This is horrible.
So he was trained.
What the hell are they talking about? What the hell?
This is horrible. And I'm gonna say it, even though it's a different generation, right? This Love Island and these Love and Hip Hop, all of these things are women's shows. I don't even see.
Apparently these dudes be watching that shit. What the hell is going on?
And that's why I was asking my question from the giddy up, like, which one of these guys is talking about Love Island? I know we're older and we're from a different generation, but men aren't even supposed to watch shit like that.
I don't even watch shit like that. Like what are you talking about? I don't understand. Love Island.
Right.
I had to look at the premise because I ain't never heard of no fucking Love Island. I don't even know what that is. It's Epstein Island. I ain't even never heard of this kind of bullshit island. It's like what? What are y'all talking about?
They said it was trash.
They said it was trash. That was crazy. I'm like,
what's going on?
Did anybody else hear that shit?
You
almost got Netflix to chill, bro.
That's crazy.
Let me listen to this album. Okay. Here we go.
Are you looking for something in particular?
No, this is the subject. The subject is the desirability of black women. Yeah. Oh, the video is. Why the hell? Okay. I'm sorry. Fucked up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm chilling over here looking at the screen. And that's not. Oh shit. Hold on. I'm chilling over here looking at the screen. I'm just going along with what the hell is going on. And y'all can hear it, but y'all can't see it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was looking at it.
To feel like we know what's on other people's minds to that extent of like, yo, this is Huda's reason, and she just didn't like that she was black, and because what's her name? Shelly cute. Like,
So
and how
She's
like
definitely cute. So why would she take Ace and do the absolute most? Like, if you know that they're paired up, why would you put your whole coochie on that man's face?
because we don't
Because
know.
you thought you could take him.
No, because she was a black woman, right? She was with Ace the entire season. Well, not the entire season, but she was her and Ace had a vibe the whole season, and like her and Huda. Oh, what you trying to say, M. White?
Man, look, the issue. I agree with part of what Lacey just said, what Bougie just said.
What she said?
I do think that because one, to get all of that work done, there has to be a form of insecurity there, and then she paid for a body, she paid for a new face, and all this other stuff.
And let's not act like she didn't follow the black woman blueprint. Fuller lips.
Oh my god!
But what other race has it?
Black woman blueprint.
What other race has it?
You know how many? Okay, so if this is the black woman blueprint, if this is the black woman blueprint, why are all the black women getting their bodies done to look like black women?
Real dope.
Yes, more like black women. Yes, they want
to look more like black people.
They're getting their bodies done to look like the women who are getting their bodies done to look like black women.
No. They're getting their bodies done to look like a subset of women who actually have
Kim Kardashian. No, the Kardashians came along and got a black girl body. I'm sorry.
This is the point I was going to disagree with you at. I hear when people make the analysis, they say because she's a dark-skinned woman and men want to get closer to the white women. I would argue that white women are further down the line than exotic women, black women, and then somewhere under that it would be white women. Because if you watch the shows,
so is he trying to say that the white women are less attractive than the black women? Is that what he's trying to say, Black America?
100%. 100%. It's some fine white women, I'm sure. But as far as so it's kind of like everybody's upset about that American Eagle jeans or whatever.
What is
about
the
big
controversy of that girl? What the hell is the problem with the girl?
The girl is really pretty, but as a black man, when I look at her and she walked around in those jeans, I was like, she don't have no ass. Like, she got a pancake back there. Like, but her face is a really pretty. She got a cute little face, but she is not fine. It's not something that I'm gonna be trying to take to IHOP.
So what was the controversy with this young lady? What is the controversy with a young lady and a jean commercial? What's her name?
It is the pro-black. It is the pro-black thing where she had blonde hair and blue eyes. So the pro-blacks are up in arms because she said she had a great pair of jeans. She has great jeans, and it is a jean commercial. And they are, everybody's reading too much into this shit. They really are.
The lady, and she got a great pair of jeans. And what does she do? She just got a great pair of jeans. She just wearing a pair of jeans, walking around. And people are upset that
yes. Well, it upset people because, they want to eradicate people and gene therapy and this, that, and the third. She's a skinny little white woman with a flat butt walking around like nobody looks at her and said, damn, I want some of those jeans, but another white woman. Like, she don't have no ass.
No, so the play on the word, so people are saying not the jeans, but the gene, Genes, like the white gene, the black gene, the Mexican gene. Is that the problem? People thinking in terms of gene? Is that
yes? That's exactly. There you go.
I'm looking at this commercial. I'm looking at her commercial, and I don't see nothing. I would never have looked at it again. Apparently, I ain't looked at it before. So why would there be a big thing about the white girl? Because she don't look. She look like everyday average white girl to me.
Because she got a pretty face, and that is what white people are attracted to. They like boobs and they like a pretty face. A white woman can look like anything.
Face? Oh hell no!
Yeah, her face is pretty. She's.
I don't know about having no pretty face. She looked like a 3 or 4 to me. That ain't no pretty face. Wait a minute. When you compare her to Scarlett Johansson, hell no. She ain't nowhere
Scarlett
near
Johansson
that.
is.
Yeah. It's being blown out of proportion because she ain't nowhere near no Scarlett Johansson. And Scarlett Johansson is like a 8. I'm looking at her like, wait a minute, hold on. What's the big deal with this girl? This girl don't look like nothing. This girl looks
Scarlett
good.
Johansson.
Yeah, you know Scarlett Johansson, right? Black America?
Yeah, that's why I say Scarlett Johansson is like a 9.
This girl right here, this is not a pretty face. She is less than a 5. This is less than a 5. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me take her off. That's her face. Wait a minute. Yeah. That's her face. Yeah. That's less than a 5. Okay.
Not according to us men. She's cute for a white girl. Scarlett Johansson is absolutely she's beautiful. Scarlett Johansson.
Wait a minute. With former actress. Okay. What's her name? Let me pull her up. Let me pull this chick up. Hold on. This chick, y'all know who I'm talking about. That chick y'all talking about, that little girl. What's her name? That little girl. No, that little girl ain't fine. This is Megan Fox. And that's a white girl.
She's okay.
That girl in the jean commercial. That girl in the jean commercial. Oh hell no! I don't even know why they would be arguing over that child.
So she looks better than Megan Fox, but Megan Fox is sexier than her.
Well, you done lost your mind. You done lost your mind if you think that little girl look better than Megan Fox.
I said her face looks better, but Megan Fox is sexier. Megan Fox is a sexy white woman. That's the Transformers girl. She looks sexy, but the other girl looks better. Scarlett Johansson has it all. So that's why she looks better than all of them.
And that's why I say the girl is a 5 or less. She do not look better than Megan Fox. I promise you, she don't. It ain't nowhere. They ain't nowhere near each other. Megan Fox.
We need Lex up here because he's like white women.
Megan Fox is like up here compared to her, who she may be a 5 or 6. Wow. Margot
Like
Robbie.
I said, we need Lex up here.
Margot Robbie blow them all out the water too. Saheed.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
I mean, compared to all of them, we only got a comparison of the 8 or 9, the 7, 8s, and 9s. Okay, 7, 8, and 9. When you look at the 7, 8s, and 9s, this young girl don't come up to no 7, 8, or 9. This young girl is like a 5.
No, the white girl, she's cute. HQ, she's cute.
Yeah,
for a white woman.
Yeah, she's cute, but she ain't fine. She ain't fine. Not like Megan Fox, Scarlett Johansson, and I can name a whole bunch of them. I can name a whole bunch of them white girls that blow that girl out the water.
Like I said, I would need the tutelage of Triple X because I can't rate a white woman correctly. So that's not my department.
No, I don't have no colorism. I don't have no colorism. I don't know what you mean by colorism. I just said the white girls are compared white girl to white girl. I don't compare black girls to white girl. I compare white girls to white girls. And when you put the white girls on the scale, that girl in that jeans commercial come down the list from Megan Fox, Scarlett Johansson, X, Y, and Z. Man, are you kidding me?
Women typically don't get ran up after you be like the exotic women or the darker skinned black women. That's how that shit be. I don't think y'all we think white women are the pinnacle and stuff. But
somebody in the comments just said, why they not getting locks? Okay, so I'm gonna answer that one question from the comments. What I want you to do, Mr. David, is I want you to go to TikTok, right? And I want you to see how many YT women's hair is falling out because they're trying to get boho braids.
Cut it out.
They are copying our hairstyles.
We are everybody on this panel is a real human being. We've never seen a white woman outside with boho braids. And if we did, we only seen
what boho braids are. What the hell are boho braids, Black America? Boho braids? Boho braids.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it.
See, he just said
I ain't never heard of it.
Oh shit. Okay. What I got on my head? It looked like the shit I got on my head. I didn't know what that was. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what that was. Okay.
You might.
I ain't never heard.
Only seen one white woman.
What?
How many? How many you seen?
Their hair is falling out, real dope.
Sweeney, how many white women you seen with boho braids?
If that's the same thing, Bo Derek had it years ago. Bo Derek had her.
Those are straight French braids. What she had, straight French braids. These are boho because they look. I didn't know what the hell they were called. I just go to the hairdresser and say, "Put this on my head." I didn't know what the hell that was. A boho, but I just got they said boho braids. This is what they are.
So Bo Derek didn't have boho braids. She had. What did she have?
French braids.
Hey, and she was sexy as hell with that hairstyle too. In that swimsuit.
She looked way better than that girl. Tell me she don't. She way up there.
I said sexy. You don't understand the difference between beautiful, pretty, cute, and sexy.
Oh, okay.
Megan Fox is sexy. Megan Fox is not that cute. The little white girl is cute. Scarlett Johansson is beautiful. And she has a body, so she can also be sexy. When we look at you, we look from head to toe, scan it, and we say, all right, the beauty is there. That means the face. That's the face card. Sexiness only deals with your body and the contour and the shape of it. So all of those things encompass into a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Versus Scarlett Johansson, versus a sexy Megan Fox, versus the cute little Jean girl. It's just a difference, and it's probably kind of hard to follow.
Yeah. Oh, this is what I have on my head. Yeah. Okay. Those are boho braids. Okay, I learned something.
I've never seen a white woman with braids like that.
That's what they saying. White women are wearing braids like this. Somebody just said that. What's her name?
What white woman?
The goofy girl. The Lady Gaga had boho braid. Lady Gaga. Let me see. Lady Gaga with boho braid. Boho braid. Let's see. The fuck? That ain't no damn. Whoa. This ain't no. Whoa. Wait a minute. This ain't no Lady Gaga. Them ain't no boho braids, is they? What she got on her head? Y'all better stop playing. That ain't no. That don't look like the shit I got on my head.
Yeah, so I don't know what the black women on the show are talking about. I don't normally see white women with braids in their hair. you know, when I do
we don't
though,
have no problem. We don't have no problem with white folks wearing braids and locks. We don't have no problem with it at all. Okay, I don't have no problem. Wear what you want to wear on your head. Black women have been putting y'all's European hair on their head. I don't have no problem with them wanting to put braids or dreads or boho, whatever the hell they want to put on their head. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
black
that at
women,
all.
I think black women get upset when it's like when a white girl gets her body done. They feel like white women are culturally appropriating their body to get a shape. But black women, we've seen stories of black women going to Mexico and shooting silicone in their ass and all type of shit. We've seen stories of them actually dying to do the same thing. It's just the white girls got the money to pay for the shit.
To do what? You say what now? Say it again. Boho braids.
To get their bodies done, to get, you know, the mommy makeovers and all of that stuff. The white girls, Kim Kardashian and her sisters, they got the money to actually get the body done the right way and not getting silicone shot in their ass.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what they were talking about. With Adelaide, but that ain't no boho braids. Them is just regular braid. Them some I don't know what the hell them things is. It look weird to me. But you know, she likes black men, so go do your thing, girl. I ain't mad at you. See, I don't care. I don't care who you swing and where you swing and how you swing. I don't care whether you swing from one side or the other. You can date whoever you want, black, white, ugly. What you can date whoever you want. I don't care. There's plenty enough men on the planet for me. That's all I need is 10. I need a room that's got 10 of them in there that like my shape, my style, my swag, my whatever. And I'll get a man out the room. So I don't care whether the white women come over here and deal with our black men or our black men go over there and deal with the white women. I don't care who you deal with. I ain't never walked into no room and said, oh shit.
Have you always felt like that? Have you always felt like that?
Yeah, always because I grew up living inside of my head. So I grew and I read a lot. So I already had the understanding and the confidence. I already had all of that. So I didn't need validation from nobody on the outside. I just went directly for whatever I wanted to get. So whenever I walked into a room and I said, okay, or a man approached me or I was dating or whatever, I always got the men that I wanted to get. If I wanted to get that particular man, I got that particular man. I never walked around and said, well, I got to compete. I got to compete for this man. I got to compete for that. I didn't never have to compete. They just came my way. I'm not saying that I'm all that in a bag of chips. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying whatever man I wanted, I got. I never worried about other women. That's all.
Well, HQ, to be fair, you got off the market early, right? You got off the market early. Then you were off the market for an extended period of time. These women are actively trying to get what you had, but they all want Idris Elba, Morris Chestnut, or Shamar Moore to get it. You see what I mean? So they're not going to accept somebody like your husband to get it from. Your husband, unfortunately, would not be good enough for what these women want nowadays.
Oh, he was a very humble person. He was a very humble person with a very humble human being. And he was a very handsome man. He was a very handsome man, straight white teeth, big shoulders. He was a very handsome man. It was just he was just a one woman man. Some people are just made that way. You're just a one woman man. And you go with that person and then that's it. He was just a one woman man. I just never he said, this is the person I want. You're the person that I want from the day I met him. He was just, you the person that I want. And that's it. So I'm just saying, I never worried about women in the room. And I get that other women have to compete. I get all of that. But compete how? How is a woman in a room competing? Is she competing against herself? What is she competing against? Because that's if you look and you say to women, this person is a prize. But see, the way you talked to me the other day, Black America, you think women are the prize, the way you talk.
I don't think that. I don't think that one bit.
I mean, you think that the way you talk. You don't understand
No,
what the way you say it, but that's
no, I don't think that. I think that you guys are cars, and we love cars, and we want to hold on to our cars forever. You guys are, to me, women are possession. You are our most prized possession, but at the same time, you are my possession. It
But
doesn't
you
have
said,
anything to do with it doesn't have anything to do with prize or loving you or any of that other stuff.
but you said that if a woman wanted you to paint the moon red, you'd come up there and paint the moon red for her because y'all care about women like that. You care about the woman that's in your life like that. So that tells me that you think of her as a somewhat of a prize.
Cause you
No,
was gaslighting. Cause you was
no,
gaslighting. God damn it.
that's because you want to be vagina adjacent. I want to keep my piece of pussy next to me. Pussy is oxygen. It feeds me. It gives me life. I need to keep this near and dear to me. It's mine.
He
That's
said,
that's all.
Black
That's all
America
it is.
said men want to paint the moon for their woman. He tried to figure out how to build a ladder to get to the moon to paint the moon for his woman, because that's what they do. And I said, it sounds like you think women are the prize.
Yeah, you was gaslighting the conversation.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
You never do when I use the word gaslighting. All of a sudden, you paralyzed.
Use it in the wrong context.
Explain it to her, Zeus. Explain to her how we covet vagina. Go ahead. Explain it to her, please.
Okay, one. Let me do
vagina.
my.
And then what you say, covered vagina, that makes it even more of a fact that you say it's a prize.
Oh Lord Jesus, hold on. Do we need to start off with a prayer? Do we need to start off with prayer? Because y'all had Aaron come down from the mountain. He don't never want to come down from the mountain. He came down from the mountain spanking everybody yesterday.
His word. I'm just taking his word. You don't never hear a woman say, we try to paint the moon for that man. We will walk on water for that man. You ain't never heard no woman say nothing like that.
Exactly.
Have you heard men? Have you heard?
We say it all the time. We built this world.
Don't care.
Hold on.
We built this world for you. We didn't do this shit for us. Oh, go ahead.
Bingo. That's it. So let me back up a little bit. First of all, thanks for having me on the show, HQ. No matter what happens, you know I love you. You know I love the people on the panel. Mm-hmm. Black America, the more I hear you talk, the more I hear you grow. And I appreciate everything that you bring to the table, your framework, your sincerity, and all the other brothers that come on here as well. Excuse me. So to go on with the conversation, one thing that Black America has always been very, very clear about, we love y'all. Mm-hmm. We know a guy that we don't love. We ain't talked to him since first grade. But that girl we love, we gonna keep talking to her and keep giving her chances and trying to help her through life until we just give up. When women say, well, then we're the prize, you're missing the point.
I didn't say women were the prize. I said you all think women are the prize. The way you wax.
Okay, here we go. Goddamn.
The way you wax poetically about women, y'all think women are the prize. I didn't say that. Adelaide.
If a group of men sit around and say we're the prize,
yes,
a group of men will chastise each other because we don't think like that, because we don't need to think like that. We're more on what's the next result we can get. We're not going for labels of being, hey, look at Johnny, he's the prize. We're not doing that. So to me, anytime a man and a woman says, if I'm with a girl, she should say I'm the prize, and I should say she's the prize, because we both are trying to win. It should never be one holds it and the other one goes, see, I won, because that's the same thing that you hate about talking points that you're embracing right now. It's the same type of energy. As a community, I think these conversations are important because we're broken. One thing that Black America is always consistent on is that we love y'all. I think the broken part is some women, and I think Aaron said it really well, but you couldn't hear him because you was in whatever space. You're a unicorn in your situation. When Black America just talked about Fee, you couldn't hear him, and then you explained how you were the unicorn. What he's saying is, if you take 25 women, they will walk over the guy that's there and in their spotlight, but they want to travel to Dubai and everywhere else to meet whoever those 3 Black men were that Black America made. You're winning. You won with the everyday man because you were able to see him.
Yeah.
He won with the everyday woman because he could see you. That's what Black America's saying. Amen. I'm done.
Okay. That's good. The way you described it, I still think Black America need to back off the way he talking, because he don't know how he sounds.
Okay. No. That's the beauty. Okay, so I'm gonna just tell you this. There's a beauty in Black America. There's a beauty in Triple X.
Yeah.
There's a beauty in Aaron. There's a beauty in Jay Tillman. There's a beauty in Ty Pro. There's a beauty in Squeegee Kid, Rainbow Kid, photos. It's that Project Leroy, Stephen James. There's a beauty because what we have to do is not agree, but hear each other out. As old as I am, I never use certain words. And then I heard Aaron say it, and I was like, Another issue, there's another word I never use. And I heard Black America say it. I live those words, but I never said them. There's things that I do in my life I never even thought about. AKA, excuse me, let me just uncover a couple things. Black America talked about not having a car payment. I done had 10 cars. I ain't never had a car payment. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
But every girl that I've been with, when I hear their car payment, I'm like, I give that look like when you take your clothes off in front of dogs and they just kind of tilt their head like, what's going on here? So the beauty in us being with women is we learn, okay, we read that signal, that didn't come out the way it was in my head one way, and when it came out my mouth, it was a different thing. Right. That's the beauty with us being with the right women. When you guys were talking about counseling the other day, what the golden nugget I found missing is not the men crying, but I run a men's group. Black America runs a men's group. The one thing that's the biggest lacking thing for men is communicational tools. Okay. So because we don't have those tools, we can't come to a woman and say, hey, I don't know what I want, but I want something.
Right.
So we have to go to somebody else. And I think Aaron called it Wolfpack. He called it Wolfpack.
Yeah, he said Wolfpack and something else, right?
He said Wolfpack and elders.
Yeah, there you go.
So you might not think, and we might not think we all in the Wolfpack together. As men in this chat, in this group, we are. But we all have been female dominated in our rearing. So our communication has to evolve outside of that bubble. That's what he's saying. Only way I can do that is being around. Okay, I go out at night. I'm driving somewhere, and I think you had this on a girl, and you, Lex, and Black America were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a girl who's a baby mama. She went on a date. And she was like an hour away. In that scenario, you said this, and this should happen. And the type of person Aaron is, you call him, he gonna bail you out. But the next day, he gonna say you're gonna sign up for this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this if these things ever happen again. Black America gonna give you 10 minutes of hard love, of tough love. That's what it's called, tough love. And he gonna make sure you know how to protect yourself and how not to get in those situations. And when you do, here's what you do. And be able to see the exit signs. I think that's one thing we don't know in situations. We think pushback versus retreat. And that's one of the things you talked about. Like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sit it out. You know what? This didn't work out. I'm just going to stay here at the corner store. That's the retreat. But that takes humbleness and character to get there. So I know I put a lot on the table. I don't mean to derail it. I just want to I wanted to throw those things out there because I think when we first get on these panels, we don't understand the value of these panels, of having these hard conversations.
Right.
And being able to hear the candid sides of the other side. Go ahead.
I mean, it's the progression that I like to hear. I mean, I have a question. At one point, I have a question. I would have a question for you all. And I would have to derail. Well, I don't know. It was, I asked the question, and I don't know whether you all were on the panel or you weren't on the panel, and how you felt about that, how you felt about the direction that person. Well, maybe you did explain it. Maybe you all did explain it to me. When the person told their child a certain thing. I don't know whether you all were on the panel or not when you heard the question, or did you know well, you were there, weren't you, Black America? You were there when this was discussed. You were there. And how you personally
about beans.
How you personally
I remember.
Did you hear me accuse Black America yesterday? Did you hear me accuse him of he owes me a coffee? He didn't deny he owed me a coffee. He knew what he did.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's ownership.
Mm. Okay. My whole point, or I didn't want to derail the conversation, but you personally, did you say how you felt about that, Black America?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you did. Did you say how you felt about that, Zeus?
About what? The coffee?
No. You
as fathers.
Say it again, Black America.
I said our main goals as a father is to protect our children.
Yeah,
that's it. We want to keep our daughters off of the stripper poles and out of the brothels, and we want to keep our sons alive until they can take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, that is a form of protection. So
here's my whole thing, and I get it. I get what he said. You know, I understand what he said. But I understand what he said. But did you understand why that offended me the way that it offended me?
Yeah, because you're a black woman, and you feel like he's telling son not to mess with women like you, of your skin color. And it doesn't have anything, and that's why I say it doesn't have anything to do with skin color. It has to do with character. And as I look around and I see my 7 girls and my 9 boys, I see bad character in young ladies. I see deplorable acts.
And so for me, it was like, for me, I would never have that conversation with my child, because I would not make that determination for my child. I would never do that.
I recall this conversation.
I would never influence my child in that way, because it's just like you. How can I explain it to you? Because I'm sure a lot of
now you're not telling the truth. Now you're not telling the truth.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how to say it.
Okay, well, while you try to figure it out, can I jump in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I heard this story because it was from another podcast situation, right?
Not to do something that you think may be bad. That's definitely influencing your children. So
Right.
you're not being honest.
No, I'm being honest in that I would never have said it. I personally never would have said it. I'm saying I personally never would have said it because of my personal philosophy. I never would have said it because I believe that there's beauty in every race, regardless of whether it's black, white, or whatever. So I never would have said it, regardless of that. To me, it's just like me going to my daughter and saying, if you want to get married, if you want to be happy, don't marry a black man. Because he don't marry you if he gets you pregnant. He don't mind cheating, and he's never a faithful partner. That's how that came across to me. If I would tell my daughter that, men would be up in arms. And it's just like what Cynthia G did.
Men wouldn't say
hold
anything.
on. It's just like what Cynthia G did a couple years ago. Cynthia G said, if you want to be in a relationship, if you want to be in a happy relationship, don't get involved with a black man and don't have a black man's baby. Make sure you don't get pregnant by a black man. And black men were all up in arms when she said that. What he did is on the same level to me as what she did. To me, it's like on the same level.
Okay. So no, it's not the same. And no, black men just said, you know what? That she's crazy. Black men, black men did not get her removed from the internet. Are you aware of that?
No, it was a white lady on a commission. Some white lady on a commission.
Exactly. Because we don't care. We don't care what you guys say. Especially if we're not having sex.
No, you guys do care because they crashed out because she said what she said. They do care because they crashed out. My whole point is this is something that never should have been. It never should have been a thought to even run across or come to the internet and say. Just like it should have never been a thought to come to the internet for her to say. He never should have came to the internet and said that same thing.
Absolutely, he definitely should have, because he wants and I've said before. I've said before, hey, young black men.
So I'm saying if I took the same talking points, I took the same similar experiences, and these are not his experiences. This is a general overall experience that he has with people saying these things about black women. He hasn't experienced all of these things. He put it in a category. He put it into a category. Wait a minute. He put it into then he should never have said it. That's even worse that he said it. He said a general statement that he took all men and all the experiences that men have, and maybe a personal experience of his own with one woman, and he said X, Y, and Z. Now that's just that would be the same as me having an experience with one black man or two black men, or having all experiences with black men, and me going to my daughter and saying, if you want to be married, don't get involved with black men because they don't marry their women. They're never faithful. They don't want to keep a job, X, Y, and Z. That's just like me going to my daughter and saying that.
If that's your experience, it is 100% valid. If that's your experience,
but I'm saying you never should influence your child to think that way, because you want your child to have authentic experiences with people. You don't want to get.
You don't.
Wait a minute. That's just like saying some white people tell their children, be scared of black people. Be scared of them black people. Black people are different. Black people are X, Y, and Z. That's just the same thing to me that he did. You colored your child's perception of human beings. And now they have an idea. He has an idea of women. He has an idea of white people. He has an idea of black people.
HQ. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm saying it's the same thing. Of you coloring your child. You coloring your child when that's not the whole of human beings. The whole
HQ. We as black men.
He is a black man who said that. He is a black man who said that, and he colored his child's vision of all black women. Just like white people color their child's vision of what black people are, and we know that fucking is false. It's the same thing with him coloring the same thing, him coloring the same vision with his child about a black person, of a black woman. It's the same thing. You colored your child and you didn't let your child have an authentic experience. I don't care whether it's true or not. According to the white people, black people are ratchet, ghetto, X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
So
I don't care if it's true or not. Okay. I don't care if it's true or not. That's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. You're coloring your child.
Can I jump in?
And then can I say something?
Yeah, who's
jumping in? Can I jump in? I wanted to jump in. So HQ, thank you for that, because I believe a couple of days ago you said if you tell your child not to do something, they're gonna go all the way to do it. So if that's the case, it doesn't matter what you say to your kid. If you're saying that you're telling them not to do something, they're gonna do it.
They have a predilection to do it. They're gonna do it regardless. Yes.
Okay, so in my sharing of this happened to me. I wanted to date this girl, and the great part about this story is I got the beginning of the story and I got the end of the story. I played ball when I was in school, tall girl. I'm attracted to her. Boom. I want to be a part of her life. She wanted nothing to do with me. Then she started liking me once she started figuring out who I was. Had my mom go to her mom, and her mom was pretty much, he ain't on our level. I'm like, we going to the same school. Fast forward years later, and my mom simply said this one phrase to me. She says, don't date anybody who don't want to date you and you don't have their family's backing. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, I end up providing the entertainment for this lady's wedding 15 years later. She comes to my girlfriend and says, hey, your man wants to date me. He probably wanted to marry me, and just a whole bunch of stuff. My girl didn't fall for it. Long story short, she married the football guy. Mm-hmm. Hence, all the domestic violence cases, all in front of the newspaper, all the shenanigans they was pulling out being blackadocious, AKA I dodged a bullet. In that moment, my heart was broken. In that moment, my mom had betrayed me. But in reality, she saved me from more nonsense. That's my point.
I'm not saying not shield your child from nonsense. That's not what I'm saying. That's a different thing. What you're describing is different from what he said, from what his conversation might have been. I don't know what his conversation was, but the gist of it was he came on here and he probably stuck his chest out and said, don't deal with them black girls. That's just like, to me, it's just like a white person looking at their child and saying, don't deal with them black people. It's the same thing to me.
You're not looking at the full context.
Can you hear me?
Go RNN, go RNN, please.
RNF.
RNF.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
It'll change probably tomorrow. I just wanted to say, this is actually on your behalf, HQ. Maybe, gentlemen, maybe you'll understand it a little bit differently from this perspective. And I don't know what HQ's age is. And I'll just say that I believe that we come from a generation that was not that far removed from the civil rights generation. I will say that, not removed from it, but not that far removed. And that maybe her, like me, can speak to a time where we remember where we actually felt being judged by the color of our skin. We actually felt it. Maybe some of you have not felt that. I was on the way tail end of that, where I actually felt what it felt like to be judged by the color of my skin. And then I had an opportunity to go places like overseas and stuff like that in Germany and things like that, where I was actually, well, my husband at the time was actually called names based on the color of his skin, called Schwarzer, based on the color of his skin, and having to acquiesce to white privilege and things like that. So I think that when I hear anything that says that I don't want you to deal with any kind of people based on the color of their skin, it actually hurts. It's a visceral hurt. That it actually hurts when I hear anybody say that. When I hear anyone say, don't trust or clutch your purse, walk on the other side of the road when you see a black man, and you're coloring that every black man with that broad brush, that every black man is a criminal, or every black man is no good, or every black man is a beast, or a monkey,
won't make you happy,
or a monkey, or whatever kind of derogatory names, overall names that they've had toward black people and black men.
Right.
I take total and utter offense when someone says something about a black man, and that I would never let anyone come to me or my daughter say to me, or anyone say to me that I don't want to date a man because he's black. I don't want to associate with any friends that say that I don't want to date a man because he's black. I've actually had family members. I've come from a family who had a lot of fair-skinned people and all of that stuff. So I had prejudice in my family. I had a lot of fair-skinned people in my family who would say to the darker-skinned people in my family, "You can't come in my house. You sit on the steps." So colorism is real, and when we hear it from a black person, it hurts even more. So I just wanted to just say all that. I don't know. I kind of went around the bush, but I just want you to just take note of just be, cognizant of that. It's not even a woman thing. It's not a man thing. It's the color of the skin thing, and it actually does hurt.
Right. Ty Pro, what do you have to say about it?
How everybody doing? What up, HQ? What up, panel?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, my man? When it
Hello,
comes
sir.
to what's up, Black? What up, dude? When it comes to me, in my opinion, I think we conflating two different issues. Cause yes, prejudice is wrong. If you exclude a whole group or race of people because they're just that race of people, that's wrong, But all people got stereotypes, and all groups of people. We know our people. We know that when it's hot and it's the dead of summer and you go downtown, it's gonna look ghetto. You go to a park in the hood, it's gonna be some twerking on top of cars, it's gonna get ghetto. Like, certain things about your people. So if I was to tell my kids, hey, don't go to that park because it's gonna be a fight or something. You need to stay away from there. I'm just making my kids self-aware of reality and how life is. And sometimes I think that when we get up on these panels and we say certain things like, yeah, black women is, but I don't like generalizing all groups of people. But I will say, yes, there is a certain type of black women that are extremely masculine. There's a certain type of black women that are argumentative. That's not trying to shame all black women. I love black women, so I'd never do that. But I know my people. I know my experiences with women. My
So you
experiences
know,
with
so
the
you
hold
know,
on,
you know,
my
African black
hold
women,
on
right?
before you start windmilling.
No,
HQ.
you see, African black women, right? So when you talk to your child, you say, You might have an issue with Black American women, but there's some beautiful Black women out there that are in Africa, that are in Guam, that are in Muslim countries, that's in Dubai.
What do
That's
that?
Can I say something?
What
Can
do
I
that
say
that's,
even
something
have
real
that's
to
quick?
do?
right? You
What
don't just
does
say
Can I
Black women. You
what
hold
say
on? Hold on.
HQ? What do that even
Can
have
I
to
say
do?
something right quick, HQ?
mm-hmm.
So, as a man in his 50s, when I was in high school, it was a beautiful African girl. Her name was Nazareth. God damn, I remember her name.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes. And I was trying to get with her. It was two of them, her and her sister. I was trying to get with her. When her dad pulled up
Mm-hmm.
and I was out there in front of the school talking to her dad said, "Nigger, get away from my daughter," and told his daughter right in front of me, "You never talk to a man like that again."
Ouch.
HQ, what I am telling you is,
Ouch.
just like Ty Pro is saying, we have been trying to get with Black women our entire lives, and we have dealt with a plethora of you guys. We know, we know you guys better than you know yourselves. You women lie to each other. You don't
This is
lie to
ridiculous.
us. Okay. All right.
I understand what you're saying, but you don't understand what we're saying. That's
HQ,
just
I
like
don't.
me going, it's just like me, it's just like a white person going to their child and saying,
It is.
all Black people ain't no good. You better
No,
stay
that's
away from
not the
all of that.
same.
Yes,
It's
it
not the
is the
same.
same.
Yes, it is the same.
Because
It's
I was
the
very
same.
specific. That's why you just asked me that out the blue question. But what about Black people outside of the country? I'm being specific. That's why I use the example of ghetto Black people in the hood are going to do ghetto Black people stuff in the hood. I don't have to. That's not me being racist, prejudiced, maybe a little stereotypical, but you when you know your that's my experiences with Black people in the hood. They're gonna barbecue, they're gonna get drunk, they're gonna have fights, they're gonna do donuts in their cars on the streets.
But you're
That's
being
what
specific. You're not doing a broad brush.
Yes.
so
And
that's what I if
we're
you listen
talking
to
about a
if
broad
you
brush.
listen to everything I said, I didn't say nothing about painting people with a broad brush, but
This is what we're talking
you're
about.
going to
People want
identify a group of women. You're going to like we can't never be the all police. That nobody should be on the internet saying all of anybody do
Right,
anything except
right.
all humans breathe. That's about it. All humans require water. But yes, there is a large group of Black women that's gonna do this, that, and the third. And look, these are the ways that you can identify those type of Black women because they in common have this, that, and the third as their aesthetic. They're
women.
gonna
Right.
talk
You're
like this,
trying to
that, and the
convince us
third.
of something. You're trying to convince us of something. We understand what Black women do. What we're talking about is you telling your son not to date Black women.
Who gonna
That's
Period.
tell
what
their
we're talking.
son that?
We're not talking about
Someone told their son that.
Somebody on this panel told their son that?
no. Somebody on the internet went to their son and said, if you want to be happy, if you want to be married, you want to have a good life, don't marry a Black American woman. That's what he said. Not in that
That
way.
that
That's
that
basically
that's
what.
exactly that's not what he said. So
So what
But
he
the
I
stereo
just want
he
if
said.
you look at the stereotype for Black women and even the stereotype of Black men, that's why we gotta work on our images. That's why we gotta have these
I agree.
conversations. We do
all
need
right,
to work on our images on both
all right.
ends.
Okay.
Let me ask you something, Ty Pro. Let me ask you something, Ty Pro. Hold on, Miss HQ. You
Yes, sir.
have a nerdy, sensitive little cousin.
Hmm.
He's a nerd. He play video games. He
Uh,
wear the high waters, the socks. He wear buddies. Never wore a pair of Jordans or anything like that. The nigga's 18 years old and he still be crying and stuff like that. And okay, and you say, bro, if you want a woman that's gonna love you and marry you and be honest and faithful, it's probably best if you don't marry a Black woman. Does that sound
Ooh,
wrong for a young man like that?
Boom.
Does that sound?
I
Hold on.
would do from the dude that you described to me. He probably do the Naruto run with his hands out and all that.
Yes,
He
yes,
need
with his hands to the back.
yeah. He needs an
Yeah,
Asian anime type of chick. Whoever he
there you
messed with
go.
needs to be cut in his same cloth. And
There you go. Would
a
you
lot of black people in general not even cut like that, let alone
would
black
you
women.
advise him to try and
His
even find a black woman though?
he gonna find a higher percentage of relatable women from the Asian community. That'd be his
There you
best.
go.
Somewhere eating sushi and reading comic books. That'd be his
There
best
you go.
Yeah,
And that even could
and
have been
that's
said.
we
That
get
even could have
all
been
of
said.
that. We
You
get
said that
all of
even
that.
what?
We
I
get
said that
all of
even could have
that.
been said.
Yes, but that wasn't what was said. What was
that
said?
was actually
No, what was said was what you said, and what you said was way hella out of order. What you should have said was
what I said.
no. What he should have said was, you want to be happy, you want to get X, Y, and Z. You're probably not going to find the type of woman that you want here in America. So
No,
maybe
with
you
a black
go somewhere
woman.
else and find, or you're not going to find the type of black woman here in America. But there's beautiful black women all over this planet. I didn't hear him say that.
But it
I heard
No,
wasn't.
because
I
That
heard him
didn't
say
have nothing
full
to do
stop.
with black women. First of all, black people are American. Second of all, that didn't have anything to do with black women here or African women or Jamaican women. It was a specific. It was, hey, these you need nerdy women, and most the women on the nerd level that archetype is gonna find is Asian. They're in America. That archetype is here in America. It just ain't. It
with
ain't
black
a.
women,
It ain't a
with
common
black
black
women rock
person
with a
thing.
man like that.
But
With
my
a
whole
black
point is, you're not
it
supposed to make that influence. You're not
But
supposed to make that judgment for your child.
but
What you're
you
supposed
don't
to
like
say
that because
is,
it triggers you and it makes you
no,
feel
no,
insulted.
no,
and
no,
But
that's
it
what I
was
told
good
her.
advice for the
And that's
no,
what I
child.
no.
told her.
And it
It's
wasn't
great
no
No,
advice.
malice to black
it's not
women.
a
That
matter of
wasn't malice.
triggering.
That from the scenario Black America gave me, there was no black, there was no malice towards black women and anything that was said. That was just giving a son advice and knowing what type of man he's gonna be. That's not saying
Yes.
that's not
Thank you.
saying, hey, my son is a nug nug and a pookie. Go find you
Wait a minute,
a
wait a minute. I'm just trying to figure out. Are y'all just
hold on, let me
I'm
finish what
just
I'm
trying to
saying.
figure out. Are
In the
y'all just
same,
trying to be obtuse, or you just trying to be?
you're taking it as he said, my son is a nug nug, my son is a pookie, he's probably gonna end up in jail. He should marry a black woman. Now that's malice to black women. Now that's disrespecting black women.
Wait,
That's
wait a
not
minute. You didn't think that was? You didn't think what he said? What
what
Black
about
America
what was
just said
said.
wasn't disrespectful?
What about what was said
What?
was disrespectful? What was the exact
You didn't think
disrespect?
that was disrespectful?
Not the implication, not the intention, not how you felt. What
Black America.
word?
I mean,
What was the
Ty
quote
Pro,
that was
Ty
disrespectful?
Pro.
What
If I
quote?
said
What
to
was
you,
disrespectful?
Ty Pro,
Don't make up a new
Ty
scenario.
Pro.
What
If I
did he say
said to
disrespectful?
you, if I said to you, black man went to my daughter,
No,
and I said,
you're
hold
coming up
on,
with a
it's the
new
same
scenario.
thing. It's the same
What
thing.
did he say
Hold
that was
on, can I finish?
disrespectful?
Or you gonna?
No, because you windmilling.
Can I
What did
I
finish?
he
want to
you
I want to
moving
know
the
what was
goalpost?
disrespectful also. I
You
want to know
moving
what
the
was
Can you let her
disrespectful
say
goalpost.
it?
also.
Can you let
Can
her
I
Did
say it?
finish?
Black America say that was
Can I
disrespectful?
finish? Can I?
What did he
Oh,
say that was
hold on.
disrespectful?
Stop telling me how to talk. I'm grown. I know what to say. That he went to his child and he said to his child, if you want to be happy, you want to do X, Y, and Z, don't marry a black woman. He didn't say don't look for a black American woman.
Why
Don't
you
look
keep
for.
making that
Hold
distinction? I
on.
don't
Can I
understand
speak?
why you keep
She
Can I
making
said
that
what he
speak?
distinction.
said.
Can
She
I
said what he
speak?
said.
Or you're not listening to what I'm saying? He made the distinct. He did not make the distinction of black American women. He said black women. Period. Like the whole world don't have no geeky black women. That's where he made the mistake. If he would have said, you're not going to be happy with black American women because they don't like geeky men, but there's plenty of women out there in the planet that are black that are black women, and you might find what you're looking for if you're attracted to black women. That's what he should have said.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask
Hold
you this.
on, hold
Let me
on.
ask you
He didn't
this.
say that. Hold on. Let me finish. I'll let you talk. I'll let you
Okay.
talk. Let me
Okay,
finish.
my bad. My bad.
So, me going to my daughter and me saying,
don't do it, black
hey,
man.
son, hey, daughter, black men, period, they trash. They won't marry their kids. They don't want to marry their baby mama. They won't keep a job. That's how that comes across to us.
But that's
Why.
that's how
Hold on.
that's how you
Because
interpret it because your feelings are hurt.
no, hold
But
on.
that's
You're not
not the
letting me
same.
finish.
That it
You're
wasn't
not
no
letting me
malice.
finish. You're
Can
not
I
It
talk
wasn't
after you,
malice in what
HQ?
he said.
now let me finish. Because that's just like a white person going to their
It's not.
child. Hold on.
It's
is.
different
Yes,
levels.
it is.
It's not.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Can
It's
can
just
I
like
say
a white
something?
person.
Can I say something?
Hold on, let me
It is
finish.
just
Let
like
me
that.
finish. Just like a white person going to their child and saying, don't talk to none of them black people. Them black
Not the
people ain't no
same.
black. Yes, it is.
So what?
Because you're ruling out a whole race of people. You're ruling out a whole group of women. You're
So
ruling
it
out
was.
a whole group of people. Yes, it is the same.
So for clarity, the disrespectful part was that he didn't specifically say black American women. He said all black women in
Yes.
the world.
Yes, right there.
So
Full
hold
stop.
on. Okay.
Full stop.
So I just
Full
want to
stop
ask
right
you one
there.
question, and I'm done. One question. And we talking about the same geeky young man, right? The same nerd. Where
Yes.
on the planet would the black women come from that he should have specifically pointed out? Say, you know
Okay.
what? But in this country or in this continent, these are the black women that will fit your aesthetic.
The same ones that attend the conferences for anime.
Those are in America though, right?
Yeah, or wherever they
Wherever
attend them.
his
But
sweetheart desires.
but
I
I'm
just I
speaking
have
to
a
HQ point. HQ, you said specifically he
Wherever
shouldn't.
on this planet that there are
But
black women
but
and his heart desires to go. That's what I would have said to him.
but if
okay.
that doesn't, if those molds
All
still
black
don't fit the type of women,
So I can't
you
believe that
don't
y'all
know
would
that. You
black
don't
He's
men
know.
would
in
justify
You
America.
this.
don't
I
know
can't
what they
believe
He
teaching women,
black
and
men would
you don't
justify
he's
know
this.
what
in
they
America
teaching.
though. HQ. He's not. He's 18. He's not a world globetrotter.
It's
He's
it's
18. He's in
beyond
America.
it's beyond.
So you're
Can I
telling
say
me
something now finally, and then I'll
hold,
drop.
hold on 10 more
But,
seconds. He's
no, I
not
asked
at
right
the
after
point.
HQ. The thing I was going to say is if I as a woman were to tell my daughter who is a doctor, tell my daughter that marry anyone you want to, but don't you dare marry a black doctor, a
but you
black
guys
man
are not
doctor.
saying the same thing. If your daughter was a nerd and a geek and you wanted
My
her to
daughter's a
find
doctor.
some,
I'm telling her not to marry a black doctor.
that doesn't make sense because you're
That
Why?
don't
why
make
would
sense.
so who should she date if not a black doctor, a white
Well,
doctor? Because
I
he
mean,
didn't say don't date
you
a
can.
black nerd. He
Okay,
said
well,
go
my
find
daughter's
you
a
a
nerd.
nerd.
My daughter's a nerd. I say don't date a black nerd.
No, the equivalent would be your daughter's a nerd, don't date a black man. That'd be the equivalent,
No,
not
the
a black
equivalent is
nerd.
black. The equivalent is my daughter is black
So don't date a
and
black
he is
nerd.
black. But it doesn't
That's
even
not the.
matter. It doesn't even matter. I would not tell my daughter not to marry a white one.
Would you tell your daughter to not date a ghetto
A street
black
dude?
dude, a
Yes.
street
I would
Yes.
dude,
Would
tell
you
my
a drug
daughter,
dealer,
would,
somebody in and out
this
of
is what you
jail?
asked me, and I've told my
would you
daughter.
tell her not
I
to
tell
date
my
a
daughter, I
dope
told
boy?
my daughter to marry someone of character. Nothing to do with the color of their skin.
Dope boys got character. Nino Brown
Okay,
fed whole
But
neighborhoods. I
you black
I
men
I,
are
I
acting like
bought people
you black men
houses.
are acting like you've never heard of people being judged by the color of their skin.
We don't care about that. Listen to what I'm saying. Your daughter has done well for herself. Do you want her in a trap house with a nigga that's selling eight balls
I would
and
tell her
cut
not to
ups?
marry a white drug addict or an Asian drug addict, a black drug addict. I would tell her
You
to marry
are
someone of character.
obfuscating this whole question. You are really You are really dancing around. You must be a ballerina.
No,
You dancing
you
around this
danced
question.
around it because you all of you have ignored the fact of what HQ said. HQ said that the man said to his son, "I would advise you not to marry a black woman." End of case. End of point.
No, this is why. And this is gonna be the last thing I'm saying, and then I'm gonna shut up. Black women in America, black women all over the globe, they have an archetype of a man that
What
they
do
want.
black men have?
We just look for vagina. Don't you see these niggas is fucking everything from fat white
White
women
men aren't.
to
White men aren't. White men aren't.
they
You
call them
love interrupting.
mopeds.
You love
Yeah,
interrupting.
they
I know.
call
I
them
know that's pot
mopeds.
calling the kettle.
No, they call them mopeds. It's something that you ride, but you don't want your friends to. I'm in the trucking industry. I got a bunch of white partners. I got two white business partners. They call them mopeds and a bunch of other derogatory shit, and they say it's something that you'll ride, but you'll never want your friends to see you riding it. These niggas are walking through Walmart with these fat white women. We want to be by some vagina, and I know you don't understand it, but the whole thing about it is black women have a certain type of aesthetic that they want from men, and I understand you guys don't
I don't even know which.
understand that.
We've got away from the point, then, right?
No, we didn't. Nerdy niggas, good guys, fat dudes, broke niggas, they don't get anything from women,
Are we still talking
especially
about the
black
man that said
women.
don't deal with black women?
Yes, because he has a nerdy, good, loving, crybaby ass son who's 18 and still crying, and you want to send him to some black, they will eat his ass up.
Ooh.
But I'm going on mute. Y'all have a good one.
So I'm gonna just say this. I think that the initial statement that was said didn't have malice, direct malice, a quotable disrespect in the statement that I was told, and you guys are trying to create equivalent examples, but they have malice and direct disdain in those examples y'all giving, and it seems like it's just more of a emotional response to being hurt about black women being, you know what I'm saying, put down. Like it looks like somebody trying to talk down on black women. And I'm not
That's
a,
what that's what
I'm,
she said.
and
He said.
and I'm not a so I'm not a person that will ever talk. I prefer black women. I have a black daughter. I would never talk down on black women. But the example that I started off with when I said was, we know reality, we know our people, we know when it's hot in the summertime in the ghetto, somebody's gonna get drunk and have a fight while they barbecuing. We know these things to be true from experience and observed reality. So sometimes when we give advice about observed reality, somebody's gonna have their butt hurt. Somebody's gonna have their feelings hurt because it's not always as pretty as the ideology we think we think we are. Especially women in general, not just black women. Women in general
Black
don't
women.
want to
Black
look
women.
like
If it
they.
don't put a black woman in a good if it don't put a black woman in a good light, it ain't a good day for some men.
Yeah, and
Because
I never
I have
stereotype
out of
against black men. I guess that's what
all
hurts so
the
much.
panels that I've been on, or since that man said that statement, I ain't seen one black man stand up and
Not
say,
one.
that's fucked up, bro. That's
Because
fucked
it might not have been
up,
fucked up, but you gotta understand this the internet too. So everybody, a lot of people on these places, they get on here for kicks and thrills
Ty Pro, what
to
if
argue. But
it was effed up, Ty Pro? What if it was effed up?
what? Okay, so out of the exact quote,
Would any
Would you
without
man that
would you
stood
rather
up
me be
and said
quiet? I'll be
out
quiet.
of
anything?
the exact quote, without adding anything or implying anything, what was the fucked up part? Just as the exact quote, not adding nothing
Wait a
else
minute. See,
extra.
you think it's about our feelings about the thing. It's not
See,
about
you
that.
can't even answer that question
No,
And
though.
please
hold
answer
on.
it.
I have to answer the way I have to answer. You don't get to dictate how I answer stuff. The
Yes,
whole
ma'am.
point, the whole point is it's not about feeling. It's about It's the same to me. It's the same as telling someone not to date. And that's just like somebody coming to me and saying, "Don't date no black men."
But see, it's not.
No,
And when
wait a
you
minute, hold
do
on.
that,
Let
that's
me
an
think. It's like
emotional
that's
response.
not that emotional response.
Because you're not giving the exact same example. You're giving an example that
We
implies
going by
malice.
we are going by
You
the
are you
example.
are
We're
you
going
are
by what
purposely
Black
applying
America
malice.
said.
No, you're not. You
Yes, I
purposely
am.
applying malice to your
Wait a minute, hold
situation.
on. Black America said what he said. He said he said black women. He didn't say black American women. He didn't say black Samoan women. That man told his son not to deal with black women. That is a whole swathe of black women. That means the whole
Means
planet.
all it means me.
So you
Everybody.
don't think
Oh,
under
that
no
means the whole
circumstances
planet. Hold on. That
saying
means the
that
whole
he
planet.
could not.
You
It was
can't deal with no black women. The whole planet don't deal with black
My
women.
daughters.
So that is what's wrong with it. It's not a matter of, oh, he hurt black women's feelings. No, he told the whole black women, the whole planet of black women. I could understand if he said, you're not going to find what you want from black American women because they
What's the
don't like
preacher?
geeky dudes. But he didn't say that. He said, all black women. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. Okay. And that's just like a white person saying to their child, don't deal with no black people. All black people ain't shit. All black people are monsters. All black
Yep.
people are the devil. That's what that sounds like. And that's what he did. It has nothing to do with I'm hurt because he said it about black women.
It's black people.
That's all black women, he said. That's what's wrong with it. And even more fucked up was the fact that I ain't heard not one black man push back on what the hell I'm saying. Like I'm the one that's crazy.
Right.
Like I'm the one that's crazy. You don't want white people telling their kids that black men are monsters.
Yep.
Why would it be okay for a black man to call that black woman monster?
Or they're gonna kill you, or they're gonna shoot you, and all. Yep.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing. I don't understand why people don't see that. That's the same thing.
It's literally not the same thing. Y'all are adding
As long as
racial
it's
and
about a black woman, it ain't the same thing. All
no,
black
but
women are X,
If it
Y,
was a
and Z.
black man, it would be.
no.
So it's all black women. Because if I told my daughter don't
HQ,
date no black men because ain't no black men no good,
why
y'all
don't
be
you
up
try
in
to
arms.
just why don't you try to just listen without
I
being
understand what
in
you're
your
saying. You're trying to
feelings?
justify the bullshit.
I'm not
You
trying
can't
to
justify that.
justify anything. But if you just if you're not taking it so personal, you'll be able to receive. Because yes, if somebody say don't date black women if you don't like weave because all of them weaved up, or don't date black women if you don't like fat women because they all fat, that's out of line. That's
That's the
malice.
same thing that he
Hold on,
said.
just let me finish. That's how I know you're emotional. That's out of line because that is intentional malice. From the example
Oh,
that black from the
oh,
example that Black America gave me,
I got you.
the
Okay.
example that Black America gave me was my son is a certain type of person.
Mm-hmm.
That type of person is very rare in the black community, period. Not even just women or men. That's a very rare archetype in the black community. If my daughter was a country music singer. All she loved was country music. My daughter want to go to NASCAR. She don't like doing nothing I like to do. She want to go to NASCAR all the time. My daughter likes going to. She don't want to go to the swimming pool. My daughter want to go to the lake and she want to go mudding. She like her pickup trucks lifted. My daughter likes to wear cowgirl boots and cowgirl hats. My daughter likes to go horseback riding.
But
My
she should
daughter
only.
likes to, hold on,
You
hold
should only
on,
do a
just
white
hold
man.
on. Just hold on. My daughter likes to do all of these more caucus type activities. I would definitely tell my daughter, yeah, you will find black men that are like that. but that's going to be a rarity. That's going to be a very small portion of black
You
men.
see
Oh,
why?
just
You
let
see
me
how
finish.
you see how you put those caveats
Because I'm
in there?
okay. So yes,
See how
hey,
you did that?
And that's a good way to put it.
And he didn't do
but
that.
that's how
That's
I
the
talk.
problem.
That's just how I talk. And you know why I talk like that? Because I know that I'm talking to two black women, and my experience with black women is you gotta say stuff the right way. You got to. You know what I'm saying? And that's my daughter, so
Instead
I'm
of
gonna say
feeling it.
stuff the right way. Now talking to my son, I'm gonna be a little more blunt and straightforward. But that's how I talk to my daughter. I break it down and I make sure she understands fulfilling what I'm trying to say. But if I said that to her, if I said you're probably gonna end up with a white boy, just I can say it just like that. You gonna probably end up with a white boy. You should find you a good white boy to date because they gonna be more proficient in the activities that you like to partake in. Find you a nice white boy, which would never happen because I don't. We have BA all day in this household. But I'm just saying, for an example, knowing that my daughter loves all of these caucus activities, it would not be malice to black men if I told her, yeah, find you a nice white boy because he gonna fit your mold better. Now, when you did, now what would make it disrespectful is if my daughter's a lawyer and I say don't date no black men because they all criminals. Now that's malice. Now that's disrespect, and that's a very distinct difference in those two examples.
Your interpretation.
Do
we
you
get
see the difference in
no,
disrespect?
no. I get the
Then
difference, but you have Cabby, you have different things added on to yours. He didn't
okay,
add
so
these things.
one of them
He didn't
is
add those things
okay,
here. I'll let you talk.
daughter, daughter,
I'll let
you
you
like
talk.
white shit. Don't date no black dudes because you
I'll let
like
you
white
talk.
shit. One of them, daughter,
I'll let you
you're a
talk.
lawyer. Don't date no black guys because they all criminals.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it.
Only one of those got
Oh, no, no,
malice
no, no.
for
Hold on,
another
hold on,
race
hold on.
though.
That last one. Don't date no black guys because they criminals.
That's but I just
You
the
know,
first
oh, no,
one
no, no, no,
was
no, no, no.
the
That's all
first
you
one
told your
though.
daughter. That's all you said. You didn't say nothing else. You didn't say nothing else. You just said that. That would
Right,
be wrong.
right. But
Okay.
if I say don't date no
Okay.
black dudes because they're
But you
not
keep going
cowboys.
on with it though, as though other stuff went with it. He didn't
So if
say
in
other
the
stuff.
other example, my daughter wants to date a white dude, or I think my daughter should date a white dude, there's no malice there though. Hey daughter, don't look for no black dudes because
So why didn't he just say, hey, son, you know, when you want to get married and do X, Y, and Z, you find the best person that loves your characteristic, that loves your personality, that loves you X, Y, and Z.
And maybe
Why
HQ,
he.
did he?
everybody ain't got the
Why
gift
did
of
he
gab like
specifically?
me.
Hold on.
Everybody can't
Why did?
talk like I talk.
Hold on. Why didn't he? Why did he specifically say black women? Why didn't he just say, find you a beautiful woman, regardless of her race, who gonna understand you, who gonna love you, who gonna do X, Y, and Z? Why didn't he say that? Because he wanted to throw that malice in there
Yeah.
against black women. That's the malice. You
So
don't
what
seem
was
to
the malice? Can
understand
you
that.
that's what I'm trying to understand, HQ. Can you tell me exactly what the malice was, please?
I just explained it. If he
I,
didn't
I
want to
I'm not
have
understanding.
malice, if he didn't want to have malice, he would have said,
No,
hey,
what
son,
is the
I
malice?
understand. Now, hold
What
on.
is the
Hold
malice?
on. Hold on. Let me finish.
By not giving context.
You either being deliberately obtuse or you just don't, or you got a blind spot when it comes to black women. What I said was, when he talks to his son, he is supposed to say, hey, son, I know you geeky. I know you X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. I know you like to cry, but I think you need to find you a woman that understands you, that will accept you, that will love you, regardless of your faults, regardless of your crying personality, regardless of X, Y, and Z. And you can find her all over the world. You just got to look for the right woman. That's regular information that I'm giving to my child.
So what
But
was
when
the
Whether it be
you,
malice
black,
in the
white,
first
but
or
when hold
example?
on, but when you
yellow.
said, don't you date them black women, because them black women ain't gonna treat you right. Them black women gonna do X, Y, and Z. That's the malice right there.
So is the malice the implied degrading of black women with the implication of black women are lesser than? That was the malice.
Yeah. I'm detecting this because the black women are different, and that is the malice. Instead of just saying, well, find someone who's closer to your likes, whether it be white, black, or whatever. Something to that effect.
Yeah, why didn't he say that?
Would it have made so? What would it have did for you if they would have said it like that? The fact that you wouldn't feel
When you
triggered
exclude
would have made.
someone, it is really as simple as this. It's really simple, and it's across the board. When you exclude someone based on the melanin in their skin, it is racist. That is period. Versus the content of their character. That is racist. We can't paint it any other way. I can't tell my daughters, for whatever reason, no matter what society sees about black men, for whatever reason, I can't tell my daughter that you, as a black woman, should never date a black man. And just leave it at that. Drop that at her feet, just like that. No context, no nothing. Just drop it at their feet. You, a black woman, I don't feel that you should ever date a black man.
And then you
that's racist.
I'm just trying to get some clarity. So we all heard of the whites only town that they got.
I was talking about that. Yeah.
So is that racist?
It is.
No.
What's racist about it? See, y'all
because
both
it excludes people based on the color of their skin.
HQ said it's not racist. Why you think it's not racist?
Because we do it. Everybody does it.
I think that if you're eliminating access
to
people,
if you want to
based
put
on
a
your color
label
of
on
skin,
it,
is racist.
If you put a label on it, it would be. You could say it would be racist, but we all do it, so we can't just say it. We all do.
I'm gonna get back to you.
We got black neighborhoods, Chinatown, Italian people going to their neighborhood.
Right, that's where I was going. HQ, hold on. So, Miss, you Glorious Love, right? Can I call you Glorious Love? I like that.
Yeah, that's how I showed it. He didn't figure out my name. Okay, yeah.
Miss Love, is the HBCU racist?
No, I mean the reason why I'm going to say no, is because even though HBCU, white people can go to HBCUs.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought they was only for black people.
No. They cannot. You cannot exclude based on race, even though it is an HBCU and is noted as a predominantly black college. A white person can enroll in an HBCU.
Right. Because there was the person who graduated summa cum laude, and he
Howard is a big one that got a lot of.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. So hypothetically, if HBCUs only allow black people, would that be racist?
Yes. That's my opinion. I in my opinion, yes. I believe anything that excludes someone based on the color of their skin or their religion, I believe it's racist. I believe it's racist.
Aaron just said a good point. He said, "Is a scholarship for black students racist?"
No, why would it be racist if you target a specific black person for a specific thing? I don't think that's racist.
That's what they're trying to cut out too. What is that? That's the
So that's not racist, but it's excluding everybody but black people.
Because that's a wait a minute. When you talk about racism, you're talking about from a public point of view. When you talk about somebody giving me, if I say I'm giving the scholarship to black people, that's my personal thing, and I'm giving it to black people. That's an exclusionary thing. That don't mean that I'm racist.
So here's my point. My point of everything that I brought up was the difference between what's making certain things racist and not is the malice, the implied malice, the implied hatred for the other group. If you're not applying specific, I don't like you, hatred for the other group, it's not racist, it's not prejudice, and we have to exclude people sometimes for certain things.
Well, question back at you. What about the white only signs? What would you have thought about that? White only signs, black only signs. Was that racist?
Well, so to me, when you have a white only water fountain that's in clean working condition and a blacks only water fountain that's in bad condition, or when you have the whites in front of the bus and the black people in the back of the bus, yeah, you're implying racism. Now you're implying control.
So you
Now
believe in
you're
separate but
implying
equal.
now you're implying one group is better than the others. I have no problem with separate but equal. I'm actually more of a, I would have been, I would have been pro segregation if I was in that time. It's not something that's feasible in this day and age, but I would have been pro Malcolm X, pro separate, pro doing our own thing. We don't need to integrate. Now that's not even a conversation to have in
Might be.
2025. But back in the 50s and the 60s, I definitely. And then we're starting to see that with somebody creating an all white city.
Yeah.
Now when they create that all white city, it's racist people, but just saying this is our area, we don't want anybody else outside of this community to be a part of this community is not necessarily implying hatred. We just know from society that those are racist people. What Project Leroy say? White only signs were enforced by the police. There's prejudice plus power equal racism. Exactly. When you're implying action behind it, but just to say, you know, this is this is our HBCU. There's no other white people allowed. I never knew that. I thought all HBCUs
No, all
was
HBCUs.
black. I've
Is it
never seen a
all?
white person at HBCU.
I don't know
But
what HBCUs are
Quite a few of them.
public schools or private schools. Because if they're public schools, I think that there would be some kind of problem with that. But if somebody offers a grant or a scholarship, that normally comes from like a personal thing. It's not from the government. I don't know how the government does it. I don't know how they do it. But it's not considered discriminatory when they offer those kind of grants. I don't think it is.
Well,
but I'm not saying what I said was what's name. But getting back to the topic, I didn't say what he said was racist to his son. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's on a similar vein as what.
So my reason for the examples was that sometimes we have to exclude. I'm not, and I'm sorry, and I know I'm about to lose service, so I am about to drop down, but I'm still listening. And shout out to everybody on the panel. Thank you, HQ.
Poppy Blanco, he's been sitting here patiently. What do you have to say, Poppy Blanco? Or are you dead? You were dead in the water.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
How you doing? How you doing today?
Fine. We got into that discussion of why there was no pushback on what Mr. Bean said, but nobody seems to understand what I'm talking about except RF. And where I came to the conclusion that I haven't heard one black man say anything and understand what I'm saying. Has nothing to do with it personally being offended, but it has to do with guiding your child's decisions just the way a person who is racist would guide their child's feelings or direction in the way they thought about a person, not necessarily based on race or whatever. He said it may be based on attitude. I don't know. It's just some about it I don't think is wrong. Is right. I'm sorry. I don't think it's right. Maybe you didn't hear it. Maybe you didn't. I don't know.
So yeah, I heard about it. Matter of fact, like, it was like 2-3 days ago on your channel when you brought that up.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with beans?
Yeah, I'm familiar with beans to a certain extent. Yeah.
Well, Beans he's a smart ass guy. He's smart. Very smart. Right? I like him a lot, right? Beans, everybody, the people that know him knows that Beans really gives a fuck about his kids. Right? he always asking people for help for his kids when it comes to, like, you know what I mean, like asking if, people, not necessarily no help in that man, like a financial help, no, like for advice to give his kid on the direction for his kids want to go, like a military and stuff like that. So he has the military people. You know, we got a lot of military people on these panels, right? So being he always
What happened? Did he die out?
I think so. I thought it was me.
Papi Blanco, you died out. Yeah, he did.
I'm about to drop down. I mean,
Papi Blanco died out on me. Shut up. You just died out on me, sir. You got to come back and you got to come back in. Dude, what's up? You got to come back in. But anyway, we'll have this discussion some other time. But RNF, am I way off base in what I thought? Am I way off base? Where the hell everybody go? What the hell happened? Oh, everybody disappeared off the panel. No, I'm saying Zeus. Hey, Zeus.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, I got one question. Are you and Black America still married? Because it's been like a week.
You said what? Say that again. Sorry. Say that again.
Are you and Black America still married? Because it's been like a week now. That would be 7 days.
No, we
and
not
I
married.
can't believe you guys made it 7 days.
No, we not. No, I'm not fighting. We're not fighting. We're not fighting.
You're not married, but you're not fighting.
We're not fighting. We're not fighting. We're not fighting. Me and Black America get along just fine. I would have him in the corner sitting there watching me cook, and you wouldn't be going nowhere. You just be waiting for the food to come out. That's it.
No. He wouldn't be in the house. He's a cookout guy. He would be outside the house near the grill.
No, I'd be cooking.
Yeah, but he would be outside near the grill. I'm telling you, I know where he's at.
No, these are important discussions that we have to have, because sometimes we don't hear them. We don't hear them in our regular, normal, everyday life. Because it's important for us to, flesh these things out, because I hate, when I heard that one thing from Miss Cynthia G, and I know y'all have heard it, y'all have heard her, what she said, I was like, there ain't no way there is no way that should have came out of your mouth in any way, shape, or form about a Black man, right? And I was highly offended when I heard that too, but I don't know her well enough and she don't invite people up. She just talks, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really, have a conversation with this person. So in that regard, that offended me as well. It offended me as well. And when I heard this, it also offended me. I mean, because we have so many things that go against us. One thing we don't need to have is us going against each other, going against Black women and Black women going against Black men, because we have so much division. I'm more of a anti-division person. I'm more of, please give me some positive shit. Give me some positive news about relationships. Give me positive news about people finding relationships and finding love and navigating their way through. And when I heard him say that, I was like, that's even more division. You're teaching the next generation division. You're just giving division to the next generation. And that ain't the direction that we want to go in. We want to go into a positive direction. I want you to say there's beautiful Black women all over this planet. American women the software might be kind of fucked up, but you can find beauty on the island of Tahiti. You can find beauty of Black women on the Samoan island. You can find beauty of Black women in Australia. Just don't say all Black women, because you don't know his geek might be sitting in a hut somewhere in fucking Africa, just waiting for him to come, that son to come and get her. So when you give a whole blank slate of women, I'm offended by that. Because there's beautiful black women and men all over this planet. I would never look at a woman and say, don't ever date no black man. Hell no. The world would never be the same without black men on this planet. Ever, ever, ever. And for me to hear Cynthia G say that, I was highly upset. I was like, how y'all allowing people to say stuff like that on, And when I heard, I was like, y'all, ain't nobody giving no pushback to what's going on. Yes.
Yeah, but the thing is the HQ with Beans, man. Yeah. I'm 1,000% sure he didn't mean that in a malicious way. Why don't you just ask him? I'm willing to bet you $1,000 the explanation he's gonna give you is gonna make sense to you. Beans is very easy to get along with.
Right, but
he's good people. I mean, from listen,
Beans is
listen. Hold on. Right?
Yes.
Beans is from Chicago, right? But I think he lives in Kentucky, I believe now, somewhere. Kentucky is the Midwest or down south? I think that's the Midwest in a way.
Midwest.
Anyway, right? Yeah, right. I think his baby boy be between Chicago and Kentucky, but I think he spent most of his time in Chicago. I might be wrong on that one, but so maybe he might have meant the black girls in Chicago. Maybe that can be a possibility. You see what I'm saying? Since he live in Chicago, but I'm just guessing at this point. But I'm 1,000% sure Beans didn't mean that in a malicious way. You know why? Because I don't even think Beans had been with a white girl before. That right there tells me everything I need to know. Like both of the mother of his children are black women. The past girlfriend that he got right now is a black woman. Hell, he be talking about licking your feet and all that bullshit. So he doesn't get better than that, right? But I promise you, Ben, he didn't mean that in a malicious way. He probably said that because he knows his son better than anybody else, man. He got whatever explanation he gave you, but whatever explanation he will give you, it will make sense to you. Being very smart, just ask him the question instead of wonder. Please do that.
I hate to address to. Of course, that would be an ideal. He doesn't owe me an explanation, for one. For two, I find that when you talk to people on here, I'm not even going to I'm not even going to go to the side. I was going to try to be nice. When I find that I talk to Beans is performing for me, and I don't like people who perform. I like people to, and then when you feel like they're being upfront and honest, you find that it's still a performance. So I can't go to him and speak to him because he's going to give me a performance. I don't like people who do that. I try to be as authentic as I can with people on here. I be honest. You all have heard more about me than any person on the internet, probably, because I don't hide anything, because I'm not a person that likes to hide things. And for me, for that person to have said that, you didn't have malice. Yes, you came with some truth to it. It was some truth to it, and I get all of that. But when you exclude or you try to drive the narrative in your child's head to a different direction, because what if he would have said, and this is what I'm saying to myself, what if that child, inside that child's head, the child said, I love black women. I don't want to be with no other black women, but my daddy told me I ain't never going to be happy with no black woman. What does that do to that child? Now that child has a barrier between his parent, his mother, him and his father. Because now I know I love black women and I want black women, but my dad said black women ain't no good.
What about HQ if Beans, like I said, I haven't seen the string that he say that. What about if he just identify a particular set of black girls? What about if he would have said, son, listen, man, you're a little bit of nerdy, whatever. I don't want you with ratchet black one, Then what?
Then it would have been ratchet black women, but there are beautiful black women on this planet. And you know how I know this hits wrong? Because it hits wrong because whenever shit, I lost the freaking thought.
My bad, sorry.
No. I had a thought as to why it doesn't come across as correct or right. And
Okay,
it may
until
be
they come back, let me say it. Oh, go ahead.
you people say that's his son, and I get all that. I get that it's his child. But that to me is just like a white person saying to their child, don't deal with black people. Period. Full stop.
That's different. That's different, HQ.
It's the
That's
same.
different. No, it's not the same. It's different. It's way different. Not even close. But I think my man Aaron's over here. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing well, brother Poppy Blanco. How you making out?
I'm doing good. Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty positive that Beans probably asked you about he probably asked you some question, possibly by the military or whatever that you or the area that you're expertise about his son. Yes or no? I know I heard him talk about his son.
Wait,
People,
run
right?
that
Right
again. One of us.
I'm probably having a delay. Can you hear me?
Okay, you just went out there. Yeah, Aaron, you just disappeared.
Oh, okay. No, can you ask it again? I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi on. My house eats signals, but we're good.
Have Beans ever asked you like a military stuff, like for his son or anything regarding his son? Because I know he'd be asking around for information for his son.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. He's done some light research as far as potential career trajectories. As far as pros and cons as they would relate to me. Sure.
There you go. And Beans asks people around the different fields because you know why, HQ? Because he gives a fuck about his son. So again, instead of assuming that this man say that for a malicious purpose, that's kind of like that's no cool. You know what I mean? Beans a lot of things.
Yeah, I said.
Hold on. Beans a lot of things, but he loved the shit out of his black girls, man. I promise you that. His son is more to it. And if you ask him, I'm pretty sure he's gonna give you a good reason why he say that, and you're gonna be pleased with the reason. I promise you that.
I don't think he even thought. I don't think he has thought beyond. Maybe he has that denigration or that thought for black women, because sometimes it's a knee-jerk reaction to a lot of people on here that you hear them say, oh, okay, black women ain't no good, or black women are hoes, and X, Y, and Z. Just like you hear Cynthia G say the things that she says. She said, I'm not comparing him to her. I'm saying the extreme way the way people talk on here is the same way as what she says. And when you say the extreme way, you go the extreme way, there leaves no doubt for any of that. As I said to you, what if that boy inside of his head said, I love black women, but now I can't express that because dad gonna try to steer me away.
So
same.
So this is why it looks so extreme, is because you remove important contextual elements. You omit them and then replace them with what if. Of course, you're steering the narrative. You're manipulating the evidence. It's going to look however it is you wish for it to look. And I think you're doing it. I think you're doing it. I think you're doing it. I don't think you're doing it like intentionally. I think your emotional response to what he said is leading you to do it because that's what you hear, right? I think you have a cloudy lens through which you're viewing what he's saying.
What did I hear that was wrong that Black America said? I heard exactly what Black America said. What did he say?
I was referring to Bean. I may be mistaken, and if I am, my apologies. I was referring to Bean's narrative.
No, Black America was there. So
Black America was there?
Yeah, Black America.
No, what I was telling him what he said that day on the stream. But that's what I was telling. is what he said that day on the screen. Like I said, I just don't think she likes it because she's a black woman.
Yeah, I believe black.
What I think. I know myself. I know how it comes to me.
So
comes to me the same way a white person would. I don't like it when a white person tells their child to call a black person the N-word or say that they're trash.
So that's
the same way.
Do you see that how diametrically different that is? That's a white person telling another white person to have a prejudice towards a non-white person. What we have here is a black person telling a black person that they should consider the probabilities. Or if you want to say prejudge, if you want to say prejudge, that's fine. I'll use that word. But the distinction I'm making here is it's a black person talking to a black person about another black person. It is not a black person talking to another black person about a white person. That is the distinction. They're diametrically opposite, HQ.
No, it's the same thing. It's just it's the same thing because you're doing the same action. You're not doing. You're doing the same action regardless of whether they're black or white. You're
when you let out the clutch on a car that's in first gear and let out the clutch on a car that is in reverse, it's the same action, but you're getting two diametrically opposed results.
Damn.
It's the same action.
Letting out the clutch.
It's the same. It's the same. It's the same action because you're still being exclusionary, regardless of race. I'm not saying this is racist. I'm not saying anything like that. I didn't say anything like that. What I said was you're excluding a person based on X, Y, and Z.
What is the X, the Y, and the Z?
The X, Y, and Z.
What is the X, the Y, and the Z?
My understanding was, you know how y'all are. We know how we are. Well, how are we, Beans? Oh, y'all loud, argumentative. Y'all don't want a man to cry. Y'all don't do X, Y, and Z.
What? You wait a minute. Based.
So
please, that was a little bit.
I'm done.
Why did the person say that?
No, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. The X, the Y, and the Z that you're referring to. What is that a metaphor?
No, you tell me what the X, Y, and Z was. What was the
the woman is X, a black woman is the Y, and a black woman from America is the Z.
Bean said, you know how you women are.
Who did he say that to?
No, he said that. That's what he said when he said that.
To whom?
I caught the tail end of it.
To whom?
The panel. It was a panel of men. I can't even remember who was there.
So how can he say you know how you women are to a panel of men? Is he calling someone a switch hitter?
The whole conversation came up on Fatty's channel, and he said that. He said those words. You women know how you are.
Who? What? When? Who was he talking to?
He said that on Fatty's panel. He said that's the reason why I told my son what he said.
Fatty's panel is a digital object. I'm asking you for the who he was talking to.
No, it was some women on Fatty's panel.
There was women,
women on Fatty.
Okay.
And they asked him about it.
Yes.
Right.
And they asked him
you women know how you are. I'm saying he told his son that. What did he tell his son? You know how you are. What did
do you know he said to his son, you women know how you are? His son is not a woman, so I don't understand. But are you sure he said that?
He elaborated like that. On that panel, he elaborated like that.
To the women on the panel, he said, you know how you are. Now, here's the thing. I heard you just the other day say black women in America can absolutely be difficult.
Yes.
So when I look at you and say, you know how you are, you do know, as evidenced by your assertion that black women in America can be difficult. You are aware of how you are. You and your
Okay, you were there, right, Aaron? So
when he first said it, yes, Fatty's panel, no.
So when he said it on the first panel, he said, son, I don't want you to, if you want to be happy, you want to be married, don't marry a Black woman?
No.
No, he said you probably won't find that with a black woman. And that's what I keep
Okay,
telling you.
stop right
He
there.
said
Stop right there.
you're probably not
Stop
gonna
right
find that
there.
with a black woman.
Stop right there. Did he
Okay.
say? Did he say black woman?
Yes.
Or did he say black American woman?
Black women in America or black women. But
Black
but but
American
but
women?
here's
Or did
the
he say
thing.
all black women?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
No,
Do you,
we stop right there. Did he
well, that's
say
I'm not
black
going any further.
women or black American women? Because if he said
I'm
black American women, I'm on board with you. But if
see
he
no
didn't
wait
say black American women,
HQ
yes, we have a problem.
HQ. You ready? Here's the thing. You know what peripheral vision is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's everything outside of your acute field of view, which is only about the size of your thumbnail at arm's distance. Everything else you think you're seeing, you ain't seeing. So the brain has to pare down for the sake of efficiency information. If he says black women, one can make the safe assumption that he's referring to black women in the West. You can make that safe inference by virtue of the fact that it is very rare that people even travel outside of the West, let alone seeking love, but for vacation or even business. Most folks stay between one shining sea and the other. So when he's speaking about black women, the probability is extremely high that 99.999, put a line over that last 9% of the women that he encounters are going to be born, raised, and bred here in America. And if they're not, they've been transplanted here, which means they're from here. He's not going to Liberia. And if he is, whatever that took him there will change the dynamic of the conversation completely. Beans, I speak with full confidence in suggesting that he is saying women here in America, the people around you, the people in your environment currently, which is the state of Georgia.
If he would have said black American women, I would be on board with that. But he didn't say that. He said black women, which meant in totality women, black women, period. You said black women. Now, if he would have said, hey, I want you to be married and want you to be happy, and you probably won't find that in black American women, but there's beautiful black women all over the world. You just go find that black woman.
Watch this.
That's what you desire.
Watch this.
What he said.
Watch this. A sports car's fast.
Yeah.
Not the Mazda Miata. That motherfucker couldn't get out its own way. It can handle like it's on rails, but I can run to the damn 7-Eleven quicker than you can in a Miata. It's a sports car. But yeah, no, we just assume that most cars that are small, lightweight with powerful engines are going to be fast. So yeah, to say sports cars are fast is true, even though some of those jokers couldn't get out their own way. The Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, you would outrun it backwards.
So not one black person, not one black man that he has ran across since him saying that has the viewpoint that I have. Not one.
I've not encountered them. I'm not saying that I can't say that's the case. If you want to be exact about semantics, I can't acknowledge that as fact. But I've not encountered one black man that has your viewpoint. We understand.
So when I said, so when Cynthia G said, don't have black men's babies, make sure you do the AB for black men's babies. She didn't say black American. She didn't.
No, that's not what she said either.
She said
that's not what she said.
She said abort. She said abort us.
Yes, I said.
She said abort black male fetuses.
Yes.
That's not the same.
Black male fetuses. It's not the same.
When she went all the way across the world and she said all black male fetuses, she didn't say all. She just said black male fetuses.
I don't care if she says 6. What she's suggesting is to terminate the life existence, therefore shorten the population of a particular demographic. That's deplorable. There's a person, what's his name? Madoff Kistler, right? Did that kind of stuff to people that believed in the God of Abraham. And I ain't talking about Christians nor the Muslims.
Okay.
That's diabolical.
I'm saying not one person pushed back on that. Not one person said, wait a minute, wait a minute, you shouldn't say that because there's some beautiful black women all over this continent.
No. And here's
seven continents. You can go to one of them other ones and find a beautiful black woman that might deal with
HQ. You can repeat it until you every color in the face.
I get it.
We understand what you're saying. We don't have to agree with it. I personally think it makes sense that your reaction is what it is. It follows a logical order of a sequence of events. It would offend you. I would be surprised if it didn't. What we're saying is we understand the full context of what was said, and it's convenient for you to leave out that he also said that he himself has an affinity for black women that could potentially be looked at as detrimental to his own self, right? He puts black women on so high a regard. You got to come up with another word for simp. I mean, because I can't call him simp, but what else you gonna call him? Like, it's that serious? I'll put it to you this way: he treats black women better than I do.
So
black women get on my nerves. You know what happens, lady? Please excuse yourself. You're still sitting here? Okay. Let me put it in your language. Fuck off.
Damn.
So
and that's if you lack decorum. That's where I am with black women. And I can tell you, I've done it and said it. Now, when women that have decorum and act like they have a sense of class and they're ladies, then I treat them with the utmost respect. Beans puts black women on the pedestal by virtue of being black women in the West, since we got to add that.
So he has this high regard for black women, and yet and still he makes this negative connotation towards black women.
It's not negative. It's not negative. It's not negative, HQ. Let me say this right quick.
I love you so much, but then I go and I tell my daughter, they ain't shit. They don't they women. They ain't no good for you.
It is because of the person
admiration that I have for you if I do that.
It is because of the personality traits of his son. You're skipping all of the personality traits of his son. Beans himself.
I get all of that. I get that his son is sensitive. I get all of that. I'm saying I would have been on board with him if he would have said it X, Y, and Z, but he didn't. He said it to make a blanket statement for all black women, which is totally and completely unfair. And I'm saying I'm comparing it to what Cynthia G said, who made a whole blanket statement about
Beans.
black men.
Let's look at it this way. Beans and his black ass have never left the borders of the continental United States. I don't know that he's even been to Alaska or Hawaii. So his purview of experience cannot possibly exceed that. Whatever advice he's giving to his son falls within the criteria of the purview of his life and his life's experiences, which only include the places he's been. He can't speak to in the affirmative or the negative about any women or any population outside of the continental United States because he ain't never been there to shake their hands.
But Beans is a very intelligent person. If you
which is why he did what he did. Exactly.
Which is why I cannot understand that he does not know how to jump outside his body and then think of the actions that he is taking. And I cannot
he did, HQ.
I cannot look at it any other way than he said it in malice.
You're choosing to.
He's jumping out of his body and trying to protect his baby.
Right.
He's jumping out of his body because every experience that we, as men, have, we learn from it and then we teach it to other men, right? And that is how we get better as men. Aaron's dad taught him this. Aaron's going to teach it to his son, his nephew, his little cousin. We learn from our experiences. You, HQ, I'm sorry, you don't deal with our women. All of our women we have dealt with, we have had some bad situations.
I am
And
not
for a
negating those. I am not negating
so
any.
then why are you trying to send a little boy into a burning house when we
Because
are telling you
that's
that
one
American
house. That's not all burning. That's not all houses that are black. He said all houses that were black. He didn't just say that house. He said all houses. That's the problem I have with him. You said all of these black houses will burn down. You didn't just say this one is going to burn down. You said all black houses were going to burn down.
Black
That's
America, she wants him to get on a 747 to go to Mogadishu to find, you know what I mean, to
right
go
at
shopping.
18. Right at 18. He's not doing that. So you just want him to be womanless forever and not experience any joy or happiness in his life. Because once again, I told you, being vagina adjacent to a man that gives us oxygen, that gives us a little purpose, it makes us be a little bit better. We're telling you that if he gets with a black woman, black women will chew a young man up like this and spit him out, and then walk on him and drive the car over him. It
They,
would
try- they
it
tried to
it
they
would
tried to
kill
chew
him.
me up. They tried to
It
chew
would
me
it,
up, HQ.
So
You know
why?
it
why I'm
would
so hard?
it would kill him.
So why not
It
just
would kill
tell
this
him?
boy.
So why not? He don't know that. He don't know how what
It
fortitude
would.
child
I,
might get.
we've
He
all
doesn't know what
HQ.
fortitude
I'm
his
pretty
child might
sure. I'm pretty sure us men have had men who have all jumped off of the ledge because of what a woman has done. It's called crashing out. I've had guys in high school take their own lives because of something a girl did in high school. It would kill this type of young man, HQ. He'd be dead.
Can I jump in real quick? I want to say to Poppy Blanco, Aaron, and Black America, I love you guys bringing your perspective and voices. I said that earlier. I just wanted to say it to you personally. HQ, I love you. I got to run, guys. Peace.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, brother. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care, boss.
Oh, I appreciate those. I appreciate those things that you send me in the email too, Zeus.
I love
sure
you,
be,
HQ.
I sure
love
be
you,
reading them. I sure be reading them. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Zeus. It's finally good to actually see what you look like, brother. Now I won't go so hard on you talking shit. You
Now
you a
we got
decent looking young
Pan.
man. You.
Now we gotta get Pan to cam up.
All right, I love y'all. Peace.
Once
right,
we
Zeus.
get
Take care,
Pan to
brother.
cam, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Wait a minute. Can you gentlemen understand why this is offensive? Not just,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's just that when I heard what Cynthia G did, that was offensive to me. The sensibility of it all, just insensibility, just it's incomprehensible.
Yeah. To locate, identify, segregate, and terminate black male fetuses, yes, that is diabolical. That is egregious in ways that
Right.
only the Antichrist would know. But that's not what's happening here. We're not saying shorten the population before it gets here. We're saying avoid a few of them.
Right.
And you don't know where being's coming from to call it offensive because you don't know what is his motive. So again,
I
you
mean, I
gotta
got
ask
why he did it.
exactly what it means.
You
You
don't
gotta
think I
ask.
understand
You
why
gotta go
he did it.
straight to the source. You gotta go straight to the source and asking, "Hey, bro, walk me from A to C."
No,
And
no,
I
I
promise
get
you,
why he
he's
said
gonna
it.
walk you through it.
Said it. I get why he
That-
said it. It's still offensive. Some things I can fully understand and contemplate. It doesn't mean it's not offensive.
Oh, I gave you that long ago. I told you that it makes sense. I would be surprised if it didn't offend you.
I mean, to me, I'm just saying it's not offensive to a lot of people. I'm just saying maybe I'm just sensitive like that, where it offends me, where I see human beings being deliberately that way just bothers me. That's all.
Well, yeah, you're a humanitarian. You care about people. Most of us as men We don't.
I would treat my
have,
son differently. I mean, he would treat his son. He would say that to his son, and I would pull my son to the side and say, "Son, you have this enormous heart. You have this enormous potential for X, Y, and Z. I want you to find the person that appreciates you, that has passion for you, that is your
that
person."
type of advice doesn't work for men.
What?
It doesn't work
That's
for
the whole.
us.
I'm saying for me, but but as a son, he would probably listen to his father. But see, I'm saying,
Exactly.
what if my son liked only black women?
Then he likes only black women, but that's not the case here. So that is a variable or a hypothetical that doesn't necessarily fit.
But y'all said that a man will take. Y'all said a man will go wherever he'll deal with it. But that may not be your passion. That may not be his passion. Regardless of whether he wants a Spanish woman or a white woman or whatever, his passion may be a black woman.
This is why I say your perspective is cloudy, because you're introducing things that have not been proven or have not even a shred of evidence to support. These are hypotheticals that have been manufactured in your brain and then applied to the circumstances. Of course, it's going to change the narrative. But if we don't do that and remain objective and just deal with the facts as they are,
yeah, but
then you can come to a greater understanding.
But I can make suppositions about the young man who's 18. I could say that young man can reach out and touch any woman that he wants to on any continent that he wants to through the internet. He doesn't have to travel there. I could say that. You all keep saying he's never going to go there. No, he can go there tomorrow.
No. See, there you go. We didn't say he's never going to go there. The difference is you're discussing possibilities. We're discussing probabilities. That's the difference.
There
right?
you go.
And your presuppositions, while you can make them, if they're not based in any existing facts, then you can't consider them theories. They're all hypotheses. They are hocus pocus. They're imaginative. They have no bearing on the conversation if you can't even attach them to similar existing facts.
So here's the question. This is my last question, because we're going round and round, and I get it. Why didn't he just say you probably won't get married and have happiness with a black American woman, but you might be able to find it from a black woman somewhere else? Why didn't
Because he does not have the experience to make that assertion from somewhere else going backwards, and going forwards. The probability that his son will end up somewhere else is relatively low, just by virtue of being in America today. Never mind whatever he knows, whatever details he knows about his son. Most folks in the United States don't leave the United States, so we can assume, therefore, most folks won't leave the United States.
And let's add this to the context. I know Poppy said Beans is cool and Aaron is, saying he said what he said. I don't, and I said it before, I don't feel like Beans is shit. I believe he's a shit person. And if you're a shit person, you have shit kids. His kid, unless he does join the military, he's not going to go off to do anything great. He's not going to, Beans calls himself an intellectual because he went to night school. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to, unless he goes to the military, he's not going overseas until he gets, and what I'm telling you is, until he gets older and becomes his own man and his own person and starts finding his own way, you're trying to keep him inside of a cage dealing with black women. He's a poodle and they're all pit bulls. He's going to have to deal with the black women here. Beans he said the absolute best thing that he could do for his sensitive ass son, who cries still at 18 when he leaves and goes home from him. Hey, don't get with one of these black women. They will fucking, he would die. They would kill him. He would take his own life.
Okay.
And that's just being honest. Aaron seen it. Aaron was a nice guy. He told you people used to fuck with
No, no,
at 15 years old.
I get that. I get that he's a sensitive person. I get all of that. I get it. I get why he told him. I get all of that. I just the motivation doesn't seem as altruistic as you all seem to think it is. It just didn't come across as altruistic. It didn't come across as non-self-serving. And
It's to serve his son, though.
Yeah, to serve his son. But yeah, I get that. I get that. But he, you know, I get that. I get that. I get it. I'm just saying, I'm the only person that anybody has ever heard say anything on that says that this is a negative thing that was said. And I'm just
No,
we
No,
not the
all
only.
the women did.
You're not the only
All the
one.
women said it was negative.
Yeah, you're not the
All the
only one.
women
We
said
spoke
it
to
was negative.
RF.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And even
yeah.
and,
I think I
and even
heard.
and even women on health panel said it. Women
Yeah,
on health panel said it too. Oh, we was all just listening and vibing out to his music, F beans and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you you guys, a parent's job, number one job is to protect his children. And he is doing what is absolute best because we don't know his kid. As men, we know as growing up as men and boys, we know boys that was like him and people pushing them in the lockers and calling them soft and taking their milk and taking their change and stuff like that. That's
I get what he said. I'm saying I'm saying you said something to cut the access of your child to these to put a fence, to put a barrier between your child and these people. You said it to put a barrier between your child and these people. That's what you said it for, to put a barrier between this child, and you did it because you wanted to you wanted to protect that person. You wanted to say what you wanted to say and make sure they had a warning about these people. So you put a barrier between him and those people. And I look at it the same way. I look at it the same way as what Cynthia G did. I look at it the same way. She put a barrier between black men and black women.
She put a barrier between black men and life.
Hold on, don't be emotional about it. I'm just saying.
I'm not. She's talking about abort all black male baby.
Don't be emotional about it.
I'm not HQ. It's me. Emotional. It's me.
And it's the same thing. She put a barrier between black men and black women. Now she got a whole force of black women over there that are against black men because black men ain't shit. Black men don't do anything. Blah, blah, blah. She put a barrier between black men and black women. And men lost their mind when they found out she said that.
You ready for the magic trick?
To me, it's the same thing over here. He put a barrier between his son and black women.
Ready for the magic trick?
What?
The whatever falls out of that hole under the nose on the face of Cynthia G, I could care less about. I'm not offended. I don't. It does. I mean, look. If I saw her, I say, you're a pretty lady. You know that, and walk away. Just to get up under her skin. You know what I mean? Just.
What I'm saying, black men found that offensive for her to say that. We as black women found that offensive. What Bean said. It's the same thing.
We understand that, HQ. You keep going back to that. Nobody's saying you shouldn't be offended
because of his child. Okay, everybody over here is defending that position. I'm saying
we're not.
That position is to us is indefensible. Just like the position over here with Cynthia G, that's indefensible.
HQ, you keep going in circles saying the same thing. We're not defending anything. What we're doing is preventing you from mischaracterizing what was said because of your emotional filter that you're applying to it. We are not saying that you're wrong for feeling the way you feel. You're entitled to it, A. B, it makes perfectly logical sense. We're just saying that your perception of things versus how they are, there's a difference. And we're just trying to get you to see through an objective lens as well as your emotional lens. But we're not trying to rob you of your emotional lens. You keep it, but just use the other one too. Just take a look at it from the other side as well.
So should I say that same thing about Cynthia G?
Well, when it comes to aborting black fetuses, no. But there are things that have come out of her mouth that would offend me. But I also understand why she's saying that.
Okay.
Right. Especially if they're rooted in some either fact or probability greater than 50%. I'm not one to negate facts, right? You're talking to an engineer, physicist, and mathematician recreationally. Facts are, to me, paramount. My feelings have nothing to do with them, and I'm not going to ignore or deny them. You know what that's doing? That's making yourself a fool. Opposing facts is you're making a choice. You're deliberately choosing to be an idiot. It's not even ignorant.
It's nowhere near the same what being said.
No.
I don't even know how you put those two in the same word. You should be ashamed of yourself.
No.
Yeah, she's talking about deleting folks before they show up.
We're talking about
men said
not talking
something.
about what was said. We're talking about the sentiment. It's the same.
But men weren't that offended. Men weren't up in arms about it. Men didn't try to get her kicked off the internet. Men didn't do any of these things. Men just said, "Hey, you heard this crazy ass girl? Oh man, she's stupid."
That bird is nuts.
So I'm saying not one dude understands. Not one guy understands why that's why
Cynthia G say HQ, it was a couple of guys that probably say something, but most niggas didn't care. You know why? Because at the time you find the sex of the child, it's near too late to do anything anyway. If you have a brain, you will understand that. At the time you find out the sex, you're 5 months in.
You say men weren't offended, but every time you turn around,
it was a few. And another thing, it's a lot of things that go into place, right? That whole look fucked up. So the whole that is down with that shit, guess what? They look fucked up too. So in a way, they're kind of doing niggas a favor. You know, I want to have fuck kid with an ugly ass bitch, right? A bitch that think like that is retarded. Man, Aaron, drop your nuts, man. I know you want to say that, but you too cool to even say that, man. I hope that think like that is retarded. Simple as that, yo. That's what people wasn't paying attention to what you're saying. What being said is nowhere near the same.
It was wild what she said. It was outrageous what the lady said. It was very outrageous, but she doesn't invite people to have a conversation with her. She invites people to kick them off or whatever. So you don't have the opportunity to actually have a conversation with her. So
that's what
you know what men
HQ.
You know what men didn't do?
Right.
You know what men didn't do that's being done here? Men, as far as I know, didn't misinterpret what she said. Men didn't go and hear her say we should terminate black male fetuses before they reach the end of gestation. They didn't take that and go, that Cynthia G said all black men on the planet need to be lined up in front of a firing squad of 105 howitzer heavy artillery, and hellfire should be unleashed upon them all until this planet has only one letter in the chromosomal structure, and that's the letter X. That was never said. But it would be a gross mischaracterization. That's what's happening here.
Wait a minute, you think I mischaracterized what he said? No, I did
100%,
not.
100%.
No,
once you start omitting important, once you admit,
I mischaracterized him saying that.
Yes.
You don't know where he coming
Here's
from.
why.
You don't have that.
No, I didn't mischaracterize what he
No,
said.
here's evidence. Here's evidence.
What?
You have omitted important contextual information,
What?
and you have inserted non-existing or improvable hypothetical situations. That, in and of itself, is a contamination of the facts.
No,
it's a mischaracterization.
Black America repeated what he said.
No, I'm talking about what you said.
And I also listened to what he said on Fatty's panel.
I'm talking about what you said. You failed
I didn't
to
say any
acknowledge.
other facts other
You
than what
said
he said.
you said that there's malice in what this man
Oh,
said and
there's
did.
malice in what he said.
So no. Listen, what I'm saying is, here's how that's a mischaracterization. How can it be malice when it's easy to see it's malice when you leave out the fact that he himself said he adores and pedestalizes black women in ways that I myself don't agree with. Right? That's proof against malice number one.
And
And
that's
then proof
why
of added malice is
you don't get beat.
proof of added malice is putting his son in a potentially victimhood situation by saying, what if he were to end up overseas? And what if, the apple of his eye just happens to be black women? You're putting that man in a situation where he could potentially be the victim at the hands of his father's advice. That's another source of potential malice that doesn't belong there.
Now, when Cynthia G said what she said about black men, that's malice.
Yeah, she's talking about deleting people, DOA, deleting them before they show up.
Hold on.
She's talking about genocide.
When white folks say don't do it with none of them black devils, all of them black devils, that's not malice. So when
HQ, so
devil, you're telling me the word devil.
When Bean say don't deal with none of them black women, it's not malice. When it's
The word devil,
malice when the other people do.
Yes, the word devil is the distinction. You're making that is a descriptive moniker to denote evil. Woman is a descriptive moniker to denote gender. That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. That's how you're you're getting the detail. You're manipulating the details to paint a narrative. HQ, do you know I've been tested 3 times with an IQ north of 140, south of 147 across all 4 tests or 3 tests? You can't. I'm not gonna allow you to do this. The devil.
HQ,
The word devil. Seriously.
HQ, which one is worse? Me killing you or me leaving you alone? How do you even put those two together?
In what kind?
Cynthia just talk about deleting you. The other example is to leave you alone. Which one do you think is worse?
Deleting you is worse, but I'm trying to figure out.
Cynthia G wants to delete black men. Beans is suggesting that his son leave black women alone.
Yeah, delete all black women from your memory.
Yeah, but not the planet Earth, and it's not his memory.
Jesus, you just adding shit onto it.
How can he delete? So delete all black. Watch this. Delete all black. All HQ.
That is what he said.
Delete all black women from your memory, including your mother. See what you're doing?
And he got a black mother, which makes it even more egregious.
But he's not looking for an amorous relationship with his mother. So he's not saying avoid your mother, and he's not saying delete your mother from your racial memory. That's not what's being said.
Let me say it again. When Cynthia G said don't deal with no black men, don't have none of their babies, that was malice. When a white person says don't deal with none of them devils, none of them black people, that's not malice, or that is malice. But when Bean say don't deal with no black women, that's not malice.
No. And it's not that he says don't deal with them at all whatsoever. If he came home with a black woman, he's not going to disown his son. He's saying do not prioritize your pursuit starting with the black woman.
Because the black woman is X, Y, and Z. That's not malice.
No. Because the black woman, there's a high probability that the ones you'll encounter will fit the propensity that they are known for having. You yourself, the black women in America, said black women in America are notoriously difficult to deal with. That is what he's addressing, the probability.
I'm just saying, not one.
You know what my advice? You know what my dating advice? My dating advice to my daughter. Here's my dating advice to my daughter. It starts with this: if a man cannot use the words "BM is was or were properly, if he says I be, he be, she be, if that comes out of his mouth, or you look, exit stage left in a Ferrari, head for the hills.
And that could be applied to white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, or Chinese.
But it's applied to a specific type of person, is what I'm saying.
Yes, and
that person is among the majority in America. Most folks use the English language that way, and she will be advised to avoid them at all, like the plague.
Yes, but you wouldn't go into your room and tell your daughter, "Don't deal with no black men."
No. But is it malice to people? Is it malice to people that speak? Is that malice to people that speak in colloquialisms? Is that what I just did? Spew malice to people that speak colloquially? No, it isn't.
I see what's going on. HQ and every girl is mad because they want to be the ones to dump on Buddy when he deal with them. That's what it is. They want to have the chance to just play with him and then throw him right back in the streets. That's what it is. He can't make that decision. They are the one that want to do it for him. You want to play with Buddy.
Between you and Black America, the black women on YouTube gonna go on strike, and I ain't talking about picketing. I'm talking about dousing gasoline and strike a match. Between you and Black America, these women, they gonna burst into flames.
RF, what did you come up to say, ma'am?
Oh God. Yeah, I saw you sent that test for her. Look at you. I saw you tested over there.
Which one of y'all said? Oh God.
It was me. How you doing, baby?
What happened, Pop? What do you say, RF?
I'm doing fine. It's not going to be bad. I promise. That's funny. That had me laughing though. What I was going to say is, you know what, gentlemen, it just seems like, and I probably wanted to myself, it just seems like it would be nice to hear from black men that they understand why this was offensive.
I do.
And I think that Iceman touched on it a little bit, and stop dismissing it. It's as if you're saying, okay, you shot me, but it's not supposed to hurt, or you pow-powed me, I'm sorry, and it's not supposed to hurt. Mm-hmm. You can't tell anybody what their experience is with something and why it hurts them. So perhaps maybe a little bit more understanding and compassion, because you have, I think, two black women. I'll speak for myself, but it seems it's HQ that defends black men to no end, and it kind of hurts. It kind of feels like we just don't have a backing.
May I ask a question? And I'm going to be brief because I have to go. My creme brulee is set.
Well, say this is your last edition. Save this for your last word, because you know I gotta go eat.
It is. After this, I'm out. This question, Miss RF, how are you? Good to hear your voice again.
You as well. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Thank you. So I just wanted to know, did you hear me on multiple occasions express to HQ that I understand okay, all right. So and I'm not trying to rob you of that and validate that. In fact, I think it makes perfect sense when it comes to logic and reason. It fits the chain of events as I think they would fall naturally. So I just wanted to say that you have support there. I just don't want that to contaminate objectivity. That's all.
Right.
I understand.
So, all right. You guys,
thank you, Aaron. Thank you.
You guys take care. I'm going to continue listening though. It's a good conversation. So
this is gonna be our last, because I gotta go eat.
Oh, very well.
And I'm going to
take care of yourself.
I meant to make me some salmon and some broccoli or something. I don't even have.
Oh no, that's what I had for dinner. That's why you didn't do it. I ate it all. Later.
That was my last thought as well. Good night, all.
Papi Blanco, sir.
When you gonna cook me a meal?
Man, I cooked some soup the 2 days ago. Oh my God. That's the kind of
real meal.
Wait a minute, hold on. That soup puts you. That's when you had that lazy sex. You know that sex, right? You put that oil all over the body, and you had that lazy sex. Both of y'all tired because you ate that heavy food.
Oh, guys, you man, listen.
You
man.
know what I'm
Good
saying?
show,
That kind of soup. Yes.
HQ, good show, baby. Keep growing. Black America. That's my guy right there. Good to see you, family. Y'all take care, all right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Black America, we wound up here. Me and you, we wound up here again.
Yeah, you know, I'm a guy. I say fuck it. I never quit. I keep fucking up until my life is over. So I just
he would have said, "Shut your ass up." He would have said, "Shut your ass up and get in the kitchen."
I feel bad that you guys don't actually understand. You guys hear what we say, and then you come out and it's like a whole remix. You know remix the whole thing. So you know, and I dig it. What it's whatever.
But you
you know,
understand, it wasn't just me; it was other women, right? It was other
yes,
women.
but the problem is that men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Stuff that is a major problem.
Right.
And as long as you can't get on our page, because I'm gonna tell you something, HQ. You know something that probably only men know and women won't accept. Men are never going to change. We're not. We gonna hide some things and stuff like that so that we can get some vagina, but we're never gonna change. Men are always gonna be assholes, but you need us to be those assholes to pick up the puppy that got crushed in the middle of the street. Because none of you guys want to do that shit.
But you understand
You
something?
see what I mean?
You understand something? I understand. I understand that about men. I can live with that. The whole point is, can other women live with that? I can live with that. You gonna be the way that you are. I can live with that. So you just have to learn how to navigate around me, and I just have to learn to navigate around you. I can live with that. I don't have no problem with you telling me what you are up front, and I tell you what I am up front.
Right.
And it is what it is.
Right. I mean, I dig it. I just don't think that you guys.
It's just not. It's not that complicated. Not at all.
Right.
It's not that
But you want us to wrap this shit up in this bow that you know that you can wear around, and we're not. You know.
Women want to do that. You know, women want. You know, women want you to do that. You know that.
Yeah, but whose problem is that? Is that a us problem or a you problem?
It's a y'all problem.
It sounds it sounds like a
vagina adjacent, so it's y'all problem.
This is the whole thing about it. I could go to work and actually pay for pussy. You see what I mean? That's what guys are doing now. I could go to work and actually pay for vagina. We was in Colombia 2 weeks ago. Do you know that them women was coming back to the Airbnb and the homies, they was all $150 for 2 nights to spend? 2 nights. Hey, bitch, come back tomorrow. You get them $150 and they are coming and fucking you for 2 days. You guys don't realize that, you know, if you don't pair with a man, you're gonna have to work. And women get tired of working. Men, we work until we die.
There's also things that it's also things that you men have to do as well. You can't just show up with your dick in your hand and expect to have traditional things that you all want to have. It's absolutely right. You got to have more than just a dick and some money. It just is what it is. We gotta have
All right. So my last words is gonna be this. Men, I promise you, all you need is dick and money. And and if a woman says anything different, pull your money out and your dick out and ask her which one she want, and then you just walk away. Because it's always going to be a woman. There's always going to be a woman out there who either wants some dick or some money or both, and she's going to shut the fuck up. So have a good night.
Black America, no, he crazy. Thank y'all for showing up tonight. Thank y'all for showing up. F and R, R and F, Aaron, Poppy, Zeus, you name it. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Have a great night, everyone. I gotta go eat. You know that's what I gotta do. Oh my goodness, I definitely gotta go. Definitely got to go. Oh my goodness.